Herschel, Willie, I don't think Skechers are illegal anywhere.
Really? But they feel so good.
No, you can wear them anywhere, Willie.
Well, pass the Skechers.
Skechers comfort feels so good because Skechers is the comfort technology company and has all the fits and features you need for ultimate comfort. Find Skechers at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
When you run a business, you need to be in control. And while you can't control everything that happens in the world of business, you can definitely take control of your utility expenses with the help of Harmon Solar. Give them a call and see how your company can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Don't be fooled by the people you meet on social media. It may start as an innocent conversation, but anyone who tries to sell you pills is nothing more than a drug dealer. And if you think tiny pills can't do much harm, think again. Fentanyl can end it all. Know the truth about fentanyl at learnmoreaz.org. Don't be fooled. Don't be faked out. Visit learnmoreaz.org. This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
500 a piece, you get it at 5 500 502 a piece, 1 minute, 150.
The best weekly auction is right here in Arizona. It's only a click of the mouse away from great deals on almost everything. Visit liquidateaz.com for this week's online auction that features new household items, tools, appliances, furniture collectibles, including jewelry, coins, knives, stamp collection, and military items. Each week's auctions feature a wide variety of different items with all auction items starting at $1. Liquidateaz.com, all up for auction this week. Liquidateaz.com to view this week's auctions. Looking to liquidate an estate or your business excess inventory? LiquidateAZ.com can help with complete auction services. LiquidateAZ will handle everything for your online auction, from online auction setup, extensive marketing, facilitating the online auction, and schedule the pickup and delivery after the auction. LiquidateAZ.com. For more information, that's LiquidateAZ.com.
To protect his home and family from disaster, Steve used courage, wisdom, and his camera phone.
That should do it.
Way to go, Steve! By simply taking digital pictures of his family's important documents, Steve can always have them stored safely online, no matter when disaster strikes. Learn other simple ways to protect your home and family before a natural disaster at ready.gov. That's ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
Live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale.
This is KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Cotton Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Friday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And I did not see that coming. What? You have to say what? Seriously? You saw it coming? I didn't see it coming.
Talking about ASU beating Michigan?
Yeah. Holy bleep balls. I thought, wow. So I'm watching the Thursday night football, and occasionally I'm just sort of checking over to see what's going on. And I saw ASU. I was like, holy, what the? Yeah, I'm like, okay, well, give it a minute. You know what I mean? Give it a minute. This is it. And then later, what? Oh, my good. And then all of a sudden, a final score. I had to double check because, Espen gets crap wrong a lot. So I had to check, and it was real.
Yeah, it was.
Did not see that coming. And so now watch when Grambling State goes to ASU. They're going to whoop their ass. They're going to get beat by a school that only GCU would have a hard time with. You know what I'm saying? I just stunned that ASU beat the Michigan Wolverines 87-62.
I'm stunned too. And I actually thought that ASU had a chance to win that game. And, they had to rebound the basketball, and a lot of things had to go right. Everything went right. They couldn't miss in the first half.
Yeah, it was insane. And I'll tell you what, I'm very happy, but still, you just like, wait a second, any minute now, somebody's going to come out of the curtain and say, oh, sorry, we printed that wrong. Everything's because I didn't see the game. Did you see the game?
I saw parts of the game.
I know the stats. I know that Desmond Cambridge Jr. had 20 points and they never trailed in the game. And this is the most lopsided championship game in the event's history, talking about the Legends Classic. And I just don't even know. I mean, Hunter Dickinson is supposed to be this massive beast of a man who you can't handle. But they double teamed him, they triple teamed him, and they got done what needed to be done. I guess Bobby Hurley just figured out, we shut down Hunter Dickinson. This is ours, and he was right.
Well, I mean, it seems like that's the way you do it against Michigan. I mean, you lock down Dickinson, you keep an eye on Jed Howard, and you can pretty much seal away a victory. Although their bench is pretty deep, I mean. I'm just surprised that ASU looked as sharp as they did as early in the season as they did. I mean, they were shooting the lights out last night. 60% field goal shooting. I mean, that's crazy.
Well, and that's not their normal thing. Usually they're shooting 29.5% from 3-point land. But last night, they just seemed to figure it out. So I ain't complaining. I'm not going to say a bad word about it.
Yeah.
Just stunned. It's all I can say.
I am a little stunned too. I mean, you made a joke about them losing to Grambling potentially, but they already lost to Texas Southern, who's in the same conference as Grambling. So that there was plenty of reason to look at this game and go, okay, I mean, they're going to put up a good fight maybe, and then if Michigan screws up some stuff down the stretch, you have a chance to win it. But I've noticed a couple of things watching ASU the last couple of games. I really like their bench. I do. I like Austin Nunez. I like Luther Muhammad. Those two guys come off the bench and they play with confidence, especially Nunez is a freshman. He doesn't look like it.
Yeah.
So this is the second ranked team that ASU has beat so far in this short season. Is there something to that? Are we about to get ranked? You know what I'm saying? If you're beating ranked teams.
I mean, yeah, you beat ranked teams, but you beat this particular ranked team. I think that means something. And even though VCU is not ranked, they're a very good basketball team. That's going to weigh in favor of ASU too.
All right. So when do we find out if we got ranked?
Well, it's a week by week basis, just like
what day? Because I want to look it up.
Well, I don't know that I can give you a day. Maybe Keon can, but like
is it Tuesdays? I want to know.
In December, we're playing Creighton, which is 10th ranked in the country right now. We've got a game against U of A, which by the way, they're just, I mean. U of A is shooting the eyes out of the basket. So there's a couple of big games in December coming up for the Sun Devils. We'll see how they fare, and not to mention they've got to take on a pretty good Stanford team. They've got Arizona. They got here it is. They've got SMU, which is another team that you got to be aware of. These guys are sneaky good. I mean, ASU in December, they got a couple of pretty good games, and then they start conference play. At the end of December and into January, we'll see how they fare against the Pac-12.
SMU. Sorry, that's what I call SMU. SMU.
And I think the poll comes out Sundays.
Okay, thank you. I'll be watching for that. Choro says, Keon, are you more surprised at the ASU win or that Texas win?
Still pretty surprised at the Texas win just because of how good Gonzaga is and the fact that you have to go back a pretty long way before you find the last time anybody beat Gonzaga that bad. But the ASU win, I just didn't think they had 20 points better than Michigan in them. So I think I'm going to go ASU because the way that ASU was playing, just a few games prior, that there was a little bit of concern that they were going to stumble out the gates like they did last year, and that is not happening.
Big George, you got a lot of damn gall, is what I'm going to say. You got a lot of damn gall, Big George, coming on this text line and telling me with your mouth, you of all people, let's pump the brakes. Are you bleeping kidding me, George? You have no right to tell anybody anything about their brakes. Seriously, Mr. Fire everybody, or we're going to the championship. There's no in between with Big George. How dare you, sir? That said, I understand. I know that how these things work. And if ASU gets ranked, it would only be for a short while. But wouldn't it be nice to get ranked for a moment?
And look, no one
That's
is
all
gonna,
I'm asking
no one is
for.
going to rank ASU 13th. You know,
No.
off of
I
beating
just want to
Michigan.
just sort of
Yeah.
pick boo.
Yeah, if they get ranked, it's going to be 20, 25, 24.
That's
that
what I'm
range.
saying.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Even if you get 25 for a week, okay, that felt like an accomplishment. Thumbs up.
Look, if we can beat Grambling, beat Alcorn State, go into Colorado at what 7-1, and start conference play December 1st against Colorado, and then beat Stanford. Now you're talking about a team that deserves some attention. But look, I think the real games here are going to be against Creighton, against the U of A, against UCLA, which is a top 10 ranked team right now. We'll have to see how this season kind of unfolds. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. I mean, scoring 46 points in the first damn half of this game against a top 20 team. I'm pretty excited about that.
And it does help your case if, you do stumble against UCLA, who's going to be very good. Arizona is going to be very good. It helps your case that you did beat ranked teams earlier in the year. That gives you some credibility that, okay, you lost to great teams, but you beat other good teams. That when it comes to be tournament time and we start talking about the rankings, that's going to be a huge factor.
I'll be happy with whatever we get. Because like I said, stunned. Not too stunned about the Las Vegas Golden Knights, taking out it was a get right game, but not for us. It was a get right game for the Golden Knights, Randy. And 4-1 win over the Coyotes. I'm not even sure where. It's too early, right, to start looking at standings and this and that. But
it's very early in the season, yeah. But look, the Las Vegas Golden Knights, they're 14-4-0.
They're killers at home too.
Yeah, these guys are they're right up there in the conference. The Coyotes are still young, still learning how to play with each other. Okay, let me rephrase it. Learning how to getting their rhythm together. Golden Knights have already arrived at first place in the Pacific Division. Listen, it wasn't a bad beat, and there were some good things from the game to take away from, to build on. But this Coyotes team is far away from being contenders for the Stanley Cup this season. I mean, when you think
I wasn't even thinking about that.
Right. When you think about the Stars, the Jets, the defending champs, Avalanche, the Predators, they've all got 17, 15, 16 wins. The Blues, they've got 16 wins, and the Coyotes, I'm sorry, not 16. I apologize. I'm reading the wrong line here on the stats, but you talk about teams that have 10 and 9 wins, 8 wins. The Coyotes have a little ways to go. They're not too far back. It's not like they're buried, but they have a little ways to go to catch up and be competitive in this Central Division. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Again, I wasn't trying to get all ASU excited about it. I'm just, saying,
they're still learning, still gaining some experience together.
So what I really want to know about from the mind of one Randy White is how he feels about this Arizona Diamondbacks trade where they sent where they got Kyle Lewis for Cooper Hummel from the Mariners.
Well, I'm kind of mixed because Kyle Lewis was, is it 2020? He was the AL Rookie of the Year. But since then, he's had a spotty record. He's been often injured. And the other kind of puzzling thing to this is he's an outfielder. Well, if you recall, most of our farm guys that we brought up, outfielders. We already have a crowded outfield. Not something that I would think that the Diamondbacks would be looking for would be bringing in an outfielder, especially a guy with a record like Lewis, who, although he has the skills, he has the talent, he spends more time.
Bat?
Well, he spends more time on the injured list than he does actually on the field. So, I a couple of comments I saw on social media when I saw the trade happen. One guy was like, is somebody going to help him get down the hall to the media department to take a photo of him in a Diamondbacks uniform, or is he going to get injured putting on the uniform? I mean, there are a lot of people that, maybe you should wheel him into the media room in a wheelchair so he doesn't get injured. I mean, things like that. It's an interesting trade. I'm kind of puzzled. You gave away a young kid who's a young catcher. I'm not sure about this. I'm going to have to kind of wait and see how this kid fleshes out.
All right. Well, that's why we asked you. You're the baseball experts. And if you're looking at things like the batting average, we just sent away a guy who had a slight edge. If you're looking at the youth and the hustle and exuberance, I don't know. Here's what Hazen said. He says, we just felt like he was a good fit for us. Taking a shot at some upside here with the power potential. He's gotten on base when he's healthy. We feel like this is a good opportunity to acquire some potential impact.
Yeah, you see the phrase there. Yeah, this is a
27 when he's healthy.
Yeah, 27-year-old kid, former number 1 pick. Look, the guy, if he can stay healthy, can he help our team out? Yes. But the big question there, like we've all said, can he stay healthy? I mean, we had that doubt about CP3 coming in here. Maybe this is another CP3 situation where he can help this Diamondbacks team move forward. I just don't. I'm scratching. Are they going to make him are they going to move one of the youngsters out of the outfield into the infield? Are they going to move Kyle Lewis into like a more of a designated hitter role now that the National League has a designated? I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how it plays out. It's an interesting trade. We'll have to wait and see.
You have about 4 months to worry about all that as they make moves here and there, and we'll see what happens at Turn Your Head and Cough Day. So, 888-368-1580. Now, okay, first off, can I just say something? Are they turning off Twitter? Because it sounds like they're turning off Twitter. Is anybody?
They're not turning off Twitter, but a lot of people have quit. So I'm guessing that over the next coming weeks, Twitter is going to be an interesting experience to use.
All right, because I just see all anybody is talking about is they're turning off the Twitter, and I'm not sure that. I mean, I could just go back to Facebook. It's all right. I'm not married to Twitter. In fact, dumbly, I've got thousands of followers on the Facebook and only hundreds of people on the Twitter. I just never quite. I did get educated on what you have to do on Twitter, and I'm like, no, it's too much. It's too much. I don't have that sort of narcissism. I can't do it. So I don't care if Twitter goes to hell. I really don't.
Yeah.
And it's kind of interesting to watch everybody freak out. And at first I'm just like, yeah, you know what? Maybe we should just turn this damn thing off. And then I thought, well, don't people have jobs that require Twitter? You know, like people who's outside of Twitter, not the people who work for Twitter, but people who have jobs outside of Twitter that if Twitter shut off, they'd have no more purpose. There's got to be, I don't know what the number is, but thousands of people who, if Twitter were to turn off, they'd be in a lot of trouble.
I do have some friends who are artists and stuff, and that going viral on Twitter and getting big on Twitter has helped them sell a lot of the things that they make.
But for them, it's not like a job that is completely dependent, because then you got the InstaFace and the Snap crotch, and you got the Facebook, MySpace,
and the Click Clack. That's another one. The Click Clack. My kids are into the Click Clack.
For them, it's just about chasing the next place where stuff exists. But right now, you got some people whose actual jobs might depend on the advertising or the this or the that. You see what I'm saying? That has
some team
specifically
social
to do with
media
Twitter.
person.
I guess. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe nobody's does. I'm just wondering. I feel bad for these people if they're about to lose their jobs because some crazy guy shows up to work one day with a sink and the rest of it just goes to crap. He did that. Elon Musk walked into the headquarters of Twitter carrying a sink. I don't know what the symbolism was supposed to be.
I don't know either.
But he did. Maybe he's just like a germaphobe. He's like, I can only wash my hands in this sink. Don't know.
Maybe.
Don't get it.
Maybe he's like, I have all the money and the kitchen sink.
But that wasn't a kitchen sink. It was more like a bathroom sink.
Yeah.
Was
trying to help.
Can we just move on to something else that is probably more important?
Well, yeah. I was just saying about the Twitters. That's all I'm saying. I just was wondering if you guys knew anything.
It's a very easy place to get sports news. So in that way, that's going to be.
Twitter's not going anywhere.
It's not going anywhere, but if it gets worse, I will not be using it. That's if it starts to get glitchy and because some people on their iPhone said that it was already freezing on them. So I don't know.
It could just be iPhones because iPhones suck.
Good point. Fair point.
Wow.
Shots fired.
Wow.
Last Optimist says probably going to sign back up for Twitter next week and try to use it as a news feed of what's breaking in sports I follow. Elon must love memes. He just wanted to let everyone know he owns Twitter and just wants to have everybody let that sink in. Okay. I don't understand what you're trying to say.
So you mean by having the doors open and he brings a sink, they're letting that sink in. So what you're saying?
I get it. DMR says, yeah, let that sink in.
Yeah,
I'm getting tons of let that sink in text.
We're about to have a full penalty box is what I'm
Well,
understanding.
no. We need to not these guys. They're just don't shoot the messengers. Elon Musk gets a 2-minute
penalty. Okay.
Not the guys who are just telling us that's what it was. Let that sink in.
Let that sink in. Oh, I see.
That is the kind of stuff where you want to push Elon Musk in front of a moving train. You know, just like that. That was just dumb.
His very bad jokes. Yeah, I mean that's not helping.
Just wonders if you can get pushed in front of a train for very bad jokes. I'll probably should stop talking about that. Let's take a break. We come back. We got a few extra things left, and then we're going to talk a lot of damn football. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update for Arizona's new home for sports, The Fanatic. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
NFL Sunday, the Patriots home in Foxborough taking on the New York Jets. The Patriots a 3.5-point home favorite, -176. New York plus 148 over under 38.5. The Buffalo Bills, a 7.5-point road favorite against the Cleveland Browns. That game in Detroit after a snowstorm hit the Buffalo area. Buffalo -360. The Browns plus 290 over under 49.5. The Dallas Cowboys in Minnesota to take on the Vikings. Dallas favored by 1.5 on the road, -126 on the money line. The Vikings plus 108 with the over under at 48.5. Red hot winning picks at experts.winnersandwiners.com. Save 75% when you use the promo code ACTION75. Experts.winnersandwiners.com. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Ad paid for by the Sentinel Group. Attention Marines, military personnel, families, and contractors who were stationed at Camp Lejeune. Were you present at Camp Lejeune between August 1953 and December of 1987? You may be entitled to significant compensation. For nearly 34 years, those in the Marine Corps' base Camp Lejeune were exposed to contaminated drinking water, resulting in devastating injuries, including several forms of cancer, adverse birth outcomes, Parkinson's disease, and more. North Carolina's procedural laws have prevented victims from getting the justice they deserve, but passage of the Camp Lejeune Justice Act of 2022 would allow you or a loved one to file lawsuits seeking compensation for illnesses and injuries linked to the toxic water. Call today for your free consultation. 800-865-1168. Let our experienced attorneys fight to get you the compensation you deserve, and you pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. Call 800-865-1168. That's 800-865-1168. Again, 800-865-1168.
Hey guys, it's Stephen McCollum from the main event here on 1580 The Fanatic. And Monday's show is all about the Cardinals' Monday night matchup against the 49ers. The show will lead into the GCU Wichita State basketball game. ASU takes on Oregon State at home. Washington State goes to Tucson. Doug Bronze will join the show on Tuesday this week at 1 p.m. to recap the Cardinals and the weekend. So join me, Stephen McCollum, on the main event, Monday through Friday, noon to 2 p.m. here on 1580, 99.3 FM, The Fanatic.
Good news for men. Studies are showing certain jewelry can save the day with your sweetie. For example,
you forgot my birthday?
here, this is for you.
Ah, wow. Better late than never.
It even changes their minds.
I'm leaving you.
Here, this is for you.
I'm staying.
But this amazing jewelry can only be found at select jewelers.
Diamond Gems Jewelry, family owned and trusted with expert watch and jewelry repair. Buy, sell, or trade up. Free appraisals. Diamond Gems Jewelry, Arizona's most huggable jeweler, with Uptown Phoenix and Westside locations.
Distracted driving kills in Arizona. Life is more important than your phone's beep. Stop the distracted driving, Arizona, please. sponsored by the Arizona Chapter National Safety Council and the Governor's Office of Highway Safety, aired in cooperation with the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
It's time once again for the Harmon Solar 1580 The Fanatic NFL Fan Pick'em Contest. First prize is $1,580 from Harmon Solar. Second prize, a Zebra e-bike from Hemingway. And $500 third prize from Harmon Solar. Sign up today. Go to 1580thefanatic.com. The Harmon Solar 1580 The Fanatic NFL Fan Pick'em Contest. From your home for the NFL in the Valley. 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic.
Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and I just got to ask you, what the hell? What the hell is going on? What in the wide world of sports is going on in here?
What do you mean?
Well, they said that Spain is now the #1 basketball program in the world. The Team USA has slipped to #2, España. Or whatever they call it. Spain is what I call it. So, they are now numero uno in men's basketball.
According to who?
According to the
FIBA.
FIBA rankings.
FIBA.
Yes.
FIBA.
Is that anything like FIFA? That's
separate.
that has convoluted this whole World Cup thing and sent it to a country where the press are not able to talk freely on the streets with their cameras.
No.
That's beers in the damn stadium.
Well, that's not even FIFA, Randy. That is Qatar or Qatar that's doing that. The
FIFA is the one that awarded it, I believe.
Well,
Am I wrong?
they're corrupt as crap. Yeah.
FIFA is the one. So this FIBA, they can kiss my big American tail.
They don't make the money that FIFA makes, and I don't think that they're connected as an organization. They just have a similar name because they're the basketball version. But I don't want to put
why
them.
Are we not #1 anymore?
Basically the Euro basket tournament, which obviously the US can't.
Does this have something to do with Brexit?
No, it's got nothing to do with Brexit.
You start talking about the euro, and I'm just trying to figure out the exchange rate with the American dollar and the euro. Maybe that's why.
You can't ask me anything about Brexit. I don't know enough about it to even say anything funny about it. But no, they just played in the Eurobasket tournament, and there is I think there is like a North American kind of tournament that the US does participate in, but it's not we're not sending our best folks to that. They are taking that more seriously in
What
Europe.
Are we sending the Timberwolves?
We might as well. But
I just want to see if Donnie's listening. That's all.
We might as well. But no, I just think that the actual world tournament is what the US actually cares about. So all the in between stuff, we don't necessarily send all the best guys. You're not sending LeBron or Durant to this North American version of the tournament. Call us when the actual world tournament starts, and then we'll call up whoever needs to be called up.
I just think it's silly. But all right, if it makes them feel good for a minute, I mean, listen, I like Spain. I got married in a castle in Spain. I found the Spanish people to be lovely, possibly in need of some speech therapists, because that lisp thing that they do with Castilian Spanish, like that dude died. That dude died many, many, many hundreds of years ago. I don't think you need to keep lisping. It doesn't make you think special when you do this. But whatever. But yeah, enjoy it while you can. Spain. The Spaniards. Spaniards. Anyway, I just saw that and I'm just, that's just silliness.
Well,
that's
I mean,
silly.
I think
We could not show up to something for 4 years and we should still be ranked #1.
I think anytime that FIBA wants to, we'll go ahead and get LeBron, and we'll get AD out there, and we'll get Russ. And
wait a second, Randy. We want to send some good players.
We'll get some good players, and we're gonna kick your European ass, and then you'll see who's #1. Jack.
If you had to choose between the current Lakers or sending some retired guys to represent Team USA, I'm thinking you're going retired guys.
Yeah, pretty much retired guys.
Yep, 888-368-1580. But since you brought up,
as long as we get to keep bringing Russ off the bench, because apparently that's the best version of him.
No, retired guy. You brought up the FIFAs, Randy. You brought up the FIFAs, and you're right. There's some weird crap going on in Qatar. What am I supposed to call it? Everybody in the press is saying Qatar. People who've been there say Qatar.
If you're not from there, if you say Qatar, you're fine.
All right. So this is Sandy BS land. How about that? Can I call it Sandy BS land?
Absolute perfect.
Because here's the thing. First thing we hear is that now I know that not a lot of people in the United States like media either, but a bunch of media from all over the world show up to cover the event, and they're doing stories on it, trying to get photographs, interviews, video. And the Qatar officials are just being jerks. They're going out trying to intimidate people. I saw this Danish news crew. The guy's sitting there doing, I'm thinking, and he's doing his report. And here comes a golf cart with some angry officials saying that, well, we're going to break your camera, turn that off, and threatening them. There, he's like, well, I've got credentials. Like I'm supposed to. You invited us here. You invited the world to come here and say, wow, isn't Qatar great? You know what I'm saying? And now you're gonna go ahead, break. He's like, yeah, break my camera, because in his head he's like, that belongs to the network. I don't have to pay for that, you know. And so those guys are bullying him. This dude was sitting here taking pictures. Just took a picture of the logo on a building or something, and somebody wheeled up on him and says, "Pictures not allowed." And he's like, "It doesn't say we can't take pictures. I'm with the media, and that's just your logo, the logo that's on the letterhead."
This is so confusing to me, because if you didn't actually want people coming to to your country, you didn't have to host the World Cup. I really don't understand this. It's so confusing to me.
And now
I don't get it.
And this
I
is
don't get it.
before anything else had even happened. There hadn't been one kick of soccer yet, and they're out thugging people. It just doesn't make any sense.
It blows my mind. And yes, Randy, I mean, play the music. This is absolutely frustrating to me. They were awarded the World Cup, and FIFA said, if we give you the World Cup, will you allow us to sell beer in stadiums? And they were like, no, of course, it's all fine. Yeah, no, bring it all in. Bring the World Cup, and we'll sell the beer in the stadiums. And then a month before the World Cup, they're like, no beer for you. Oh, don't know about that.
No, they're being worse. They're being like Vader, like, pray I don't alter the deal further. They don't even give a crap what anybody thinks. And then Budweiser tweets out, well, this is awkward. And that was on their actual account. Be like, okay.
Yeah.
But now, but don't worry, Keon. You might want to dial down the anger a notch, because they will at least have Bud Zero.
Well,
yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's as if drinking Bud Light was not already enough like drinking water. Bud Zero. Why not? Why not? Let's just.
Some horrible tasting water out there in those shipping containers and stuff.
Oh, good.
So, Qatar is they're blowing this thing, and I don't know, if there's somebody higher up that's going to reel in these guys or what. But this thing hasn't even started, and this is just turning into just a complete disaster. If this was a sport I cared about, I might be upset.
It's just. I mean, and most of us are just going to be watching at home anyway. But it's just like, have you seen soccer stadiums?
What even channel is this on?
Having, I think the Fox network
probably all over ESPN.
Have a bunch of
right after the live puppies, on the lawn channel, and then there's some soccer, and then after that, there's probably a Hallmark channel in Hindi.
It's just
something.
You can't host the World Cup if you don't want to allow beer to be sold. I don't know if you've seen the people in Europe. Being drunk is half the point of going to watch a soccer game live.
And listen, here's the thing. You're like, well, if we got all these people here watching the soccer, because for whatever reason, when people watch the soccer and they get drunk, and then all of a sudden, well, there's fights. And now they're thinking, well, what we'll do is we won't serve alcohol. I feel like this crowd's going to be even angrier now.
Especially Team Ireland.
Yes. Oh, Randy, seriously, trust me. They're gonna already pregame. They're gonna show up drunk no matter what you do. My people were clever about having weapons. Remember the shillelagh? The shillelagh was part of it. It was a branch off a tree with a little round part of the stump of a smaller tree. And they'd walk along like that thing was a walking stick. Next thing you know, somebody's getting clobbered over the head with a giant hammer. So we can figure that out. Trust me, there will be no buzzless Irishmen if they're going to this thing. Oh my God. Wow. The text line just exploded right here. All right. So let's take a look. Thunder Snow says, okay, here we go again, talking about guitars. Is the Blender going to start a band or something? If we did, well, we have no talent. So really no, unless you guys have talent. Fish Tank could probably be in the band for sure. Yeah, he's done some stuff. He don't even need us.
I could play the bongos.
No, that's right. Randy can play drums. Do you play any instruments there, Keon?
I mean, I have a trumpet. I haven't played the damn thing.
Okay.
in a
Do
few
you play
years,
any
but-
instruments that won't get you head first into a trash can in high school, Keon?
Well, no, because I played trumpet really well when I was in high school. So no.
I don't play anything, so I don't know. Well, no, we're not starting a band. Watermelon says, Jeffrey, be careful with your word choice. Guitar is blowing this thing up, like blowing up. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Well, I don't know. Those are guitar people aren't blowing stuff up, are they? Is there a history of them blowing stuff up?
Wasn't one of the 9/11 guys from Qatar?
I don't think
I know
so.
there were a couple from
Well,
Saudi.
But I know
The guy that blew up Oklahoma City Federal Building was from America. So I mean, you can't really judge the country by one guy.
no, but they themselves, like the nation of Qatar, just human rights violations going left and right. So
Oh
know,
boy.
you know,
Okay, well, then, yeah.
including the labor used to build the World Cup stadiums.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you're right, Watermelon. I probably should have watch out for stuff like that. Like, don't say this is it's an incendiary situation, or probably just gotta keep that down. Baker's Cocky Hen says, if you guys talk like this in Qatar, you'd all be in a place like Brittany Griner right now. They don't allow you to criticize their government. Well, that's why I'm here doing this and not there. Twittiot says, I was in Spain during the 84 Olympics when the United States beat Spain for the gold medal. Awesome. Bala 51 says, one day, 17 hours and 30 minutes until World Cup 2022. Yay.
Yeah, just be glad you're watching it from here.
The
where you can
dry World Cup.
Yes, you can
Just-
drink. You can drink beer and enjoy the beautiful game, because the people going to see it can't.
Is anyone else excited but Bala 51? Text me if you're excited. I will not mock you more than usual. But let me know if you're excited. Because Bala 51, he keeps counting it down. Oh, he can't wait. So you tell me, are you excited about the World Cup FIFA? Is that what I say? Do I call it that? The World Cup FIFA or the FIFA World Cup?
Just the World FIFA
The
World
FIFA
Cup.
World Cup, but you can
The
just call
FIFA?
it the World Cup.
Are you
FIFA.
are you crazy for the Fifi? 888-368-1580. Nurse Scratchit says, Bizarre Qatar. Bizarre Qatar. Yeah, that song. Yeah, nobody knows what I'm talking about. Big George says FIFA is spitting in the face of their advertisers with this decision today to remove beer sales from the stadiums hours
it's-
before the first match in
It's-
Qatar.
but Big George, it's not FIFA.
It's not FIFA.
It's Qatar.
Just the government. Anheuser-Busch is the top sponsor, and now they can't sell their beer. What a disgrace!
Well, that's not true. They can sell Bud Zero.
I mean, they're hoping to sell beer to all the rest of us anyway, not the people actually there. But the people actually there would definitely like to buy. So I don't know what's going to happen now.
85 to 95 degrees. Like, probably the only time Randy and I would ever let a Bud Zero pass our lips. There's no alcohol, but hey, it's moisture.
That's a good point.
It.
Yeah,
That
that's
is a
true.
good point.
That's a good point right there.
Chief Skull says, I'm listening, Jeffrey. How dare you send my Timberwolves to Spain? Oh, yes, I forgot Chief Skull. Yeah, well, it still applies. Just take the dig. Mr. Pringle says, Viva la Spain. Yeah, okay. Boomer Sooner says, I don't have anything against Spain. I got nothing against the Spanish basketball team. It's just trying to say they're better United States basketball team is just comical. Boomer Sooner says, good day, guys. Happy Friday. Can I get a cold beer, please? And thank you. Boomer Sooner.
It's a Bud
Cabana
Zero.
wants to know if all women need to wear a beekeeper outfit there. Yes, you do have to wear the beekeeper outfit in Qatar. I say with absolutely no knowledge if that is true or not. Do you got to wear the beekeeper outfit there?
I don't know.
Huh.
So let me look that up.
Are they letting female reporters there?
The
You know
hell
what I'm
is a
saying?
beekeeper outfit?
You know, the old dark beekeeper thing that they wear.
It's the burqa.
Oh, the
Yeah.
burqa. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Like right now, I'm doing an imitation of it right there.
Hmm.
Look how sexy I look.
I can't see your face because you have your hands in front of it.
You can see my eyes, and you can imagine what my ankles look like. See, that's how that works. Thunder Snow says no. Okay.
Yeah.
Jag Dog says soccer sucks. I'll allow it. Yeah. What do you got there?
So here's what it is. Women do not need to cover their heads, faces, or wear a hijab or abaya, but they are expected to dress modestly so as not to offend the local community. So skirts, dresses, and loose-fitting pants should be knee length, and tank tops and shirts should cover the midriff and shoulder
So
areas.
no thongs.
Definitely
Thunder
not.
Snow is saying no about the soccer. That's what it is. Last Optimist says, I'm excited for the World Cup and I'll be watching as many games as I can catch, including replays. Wow. All right. Good for you.
Wow.
Listen, I'm not going to dog you guys for this. It's kind of lost on me. Baker's Cocky Hen says, is there any chance we get a riot during the World Cup with like heads on stakes and stuff? If that happens, I might watch. Otherwise, I'm out. I'm as excited as Al Bundy when a new customer shows up at the shoe store.
Maybe.
I could see that.
Maybe.
Pinocchio says, I'm happy all the World Cup games are on at 3 a.m. our time so they don't interrupt real programming. Like Just Judy.
So today, what I understand today, doing some research today, the games, most of the games will be played at night because of the daytime temperatures, and the USA's first game against Wales is at 10 o'clock at night there.
But 3 a.m. here.
I don't know what time it is here, but it's 10 o'clock at night there. They
I know what
instituted
time it. Hold on. So it is if it's 6 a.m. here, it's 17:53 there on the calendar. Yeah.
What?
Teriyaki says, I'm about as excited for the World Cup as I am for my next dentist appointment. Hey, at least I got a free toothbrush from the dentist. It's a good point. Boomer Sooner says, I like when teams from around the globe get together to compete. George says, normally I'm excited, but not so much this year because it's not during the summer like usually it is. Mr. Pringle says, we're number 2. We're number 2. America. No, we're number 1. They just don't know any better. Bala 51 says, all U.S. men's games are at noon Arizona time.
Yeah, but it's 10 o'clock at night there, right? It's it. They're way ahead of us.
No idea. I haven't checked the time schedule thing. I mean, I can barely tell you
I'll
what
look
time
it
it
up.
is here. Baker's Cocky Hen says they do offer great health care if you're into conversion therapy for your beliefs and all that kind of stuff. Oh, well, that's nice. That's good to know. Like, put one on the check, I guess, because that's what we need more of, conversion therapy, right? Drunken Irish soccer fan to another fan in Qatar. Hi there, meet my shillelagh. Pow! Let that sink in. Back to the let that. Now you should get a 2-minute. You should get a 2-minute for doing a callback to let that sink in, but we don't have time. Well, his penalty will be over before the commercial break, so you're still good, pal. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Attention! If you owe money to the IRS, this is an urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by sending out heart-stopping letters, aggressively garnishing paychecks, seizing bank accounts, and putting liens on homes and businesses. They call it enforced compliance. And you better watch out because penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily, making it seem impossible to ever get out of debt. Don't let the tax debt destroy your life. You need to call Optima Tax Relief, the #1 tax resolution firm. They're experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks that the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands. Optima's resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, they'll fight to get you the best deal possible. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-704-9936. 800-704-9936. 800-704-9936.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
If you're an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits and the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
When it comes to covering the high school sports scene in Arizona, AZ Preps 365 has all the answers. Every Saturday morning from 8 until 10, they break down games, interview the newsmakers, talk with coaches from around the state, and stay up to date with what's happening with prep athletes and breaking news from the Arizona prep scene. It's AZ Preps 365, 8 till 10 Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
And now an important message from music superstar Willie Nelson.
I've been fighting for legalization of the one thing that can bring comfort to millions. And of course, I'm talking about Skechers.
Can we stop the commercial? Willie, I don't think Skechers are illegal anywhere.
Really? But they feel so good.
No, you can wear them anywhere, Willie.
Well, pass the Skechers.
Skechers comfort feels so good because Skechers is the comfort technology company and has all the fits and features you need for ultimate comfort. Find Skechers at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Don't just do it every day. Do it several times a day because it feels that good.
Yep, that's what I'm talking about.
Get the latest sports headlines, the buzz around the league, listen to podcasts, stay up with social media. Just log on to our website at 1580thefanatic.com.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and I don't want to talk anymore about soccer if we can avoid it. I mean, people who are texting in about the soccer, I did ask if anybody was excited. Turns out more people were excited about it than I imagined, too. But if you are excited about, Chipotle, listen to this. Every time the U.S. men's national team scores a goal, you could score a free burrito. That's right. 5,000 burritos will be given away. Here's what happens. After every men's goal, a code for a free entree goes bloop on Twitter, if it still exists. And then what you're supposed to do is take the code and you put it out, you text it. And then if you're one of the first 5,000, it'll bloop right back to you. Here's your freebie. So that's for every single goal. So they may end up giving them away 5,000 burritos because just there's not much scoring.
What happens if Twitter goes away, though?
Then everybody has to find a new way to get diarrhea. I mean, that's the only thing I can see here is you just have to find your own way of getting your stomach upset. I don't know. You have to ask the Chipotle. Maybe they'll move to MySpace or something. I don't know. Right now, Tom from MySpace is just laughing his ass off, right?
So what are we gonna do if what's the three of us gonna do? What
do you mean?
What are you gonna do if the Twitter goes away?
Well, I don't know. Follow where everybody else goes, I guess.
How are we gonna know that? Where's the herd going to go next?
Well,
Keon,
that's what I asked on the Twitter.
You're young, Keon. Where are they gonna go next?
Instagram, right?
When I find out, I will let you know. I don't think anybody knows yet.
All right, so everybody will go back to Facebook and regroup. That's where they'll regroup because everybody still has a Facebook account. It's kind of like what happened with MySpace. Everybody they're going to go to the Instagram, they're going to go to the Facebook, and that is where people will start to hear about whatever the next new thing is, which is probably just going to be all the people who were working for Elon Musk will go to a new place and start up Twitter again under a new name, like Bitter, or the former employees. Welcome to Bitter, I don't know, Randy, and I'll be honest, don't care. Not so much.
I don't have Instagram anymore. I don't have the damn Facebook. I don't have the MySpace. I don't have the click clock. What is that?
Snap crotch.
I don't have Snap crotch. I don't have any of that.
I don't worry about it, Randy. I'll when I find out, I'll bring you along.
Can you just make up a burner account for me and just that way I don't have to manage it?
There's also you can always say, well, Randy's not on there. That's all right.
All right.
You don't have to be on the social media.
I'm good with that.
We're not such a big deal that the world's going to end.
I don't want to be one of those. He's not on the social. Somebody, Keon, you're a junior member here of the show.
No, listen. If you're not going to be on, you don't need to have a fake account.
Keon, go ahead and.
It's cooler if you don't.
Make up whatever this next account. Make one up for me, will you, Keon? Please.
And then what? Just give the credentials to you? Or?
No, just
Don't you dare do it, Keon.
Yeah.
I think it's cooler if he's just like, no, I'm not on there. Screw
Yeah,
you.
if you're just too cool to be there,
Really?
then you're just too cool to go to the next.
All
one.
right. Well, I mean, if,
Fine, Valentine. I ain't on there.
all right. Well, I didn't think about that.
You just, you're doing your own thing. You're
Maybe,
you're not following the herd.
Maybe I should get some of my old smoking buddies together, and we should have like instead of Twitter, we should have like a smoker
Sitter. You should have sitter where you sit around, smoke cigars, and BS.
No, I'm talking
Everybody
about
should do sitter more.
Smoking meat.
Mm.
Smoker.
For a minute there, that sounded kind of dirty. But listen, if it weren't for radio, I wouldn't even have social media. So I may not have social media in a few weeks.
All right.
888-368-1580. Bala51 says, Mancation 2022 is officially started. Randy, line them up and keep them coming. Nothing but sports and alcohol for the next 10 days for Bala51.
Well, I don't. What does he want, Jeffrey?
Just give him some house drinks. Just give him some drinks. Just change it up every now and then. He's on vacation. It doesn't matter what you do to him. Well, I don't mean all at once. Just the Dram Shop Act. We're going to end up with a problem like the Titans have if you're not careful. Okay, because they were all partying over there at Titans headquarters, and had Todd Downing, their offensive coordinator. He just got a DUI.
He pulled a Steve Keim.
Yep. He pulled a Steve Keim. Luckily, he didn't pull a Coach Andy Reid's son. So at least now it's just a Steve Keim. He was, although he was speeding and blitzed. So, that's not a good look. Mike Vrabel is like, yeah, well, we all have great responsibility as members of the community. Somebody said, were you all drinking at the facility? No more questions, please. So I think there might be some responsibility to pass around. Just thank God nobody crashed. That's all I'm going to say about that. Donnie says, not a soccer fan, but I'll tune in. I'll be in Vegas next week to catch USA versus the British. That should be fun. For real? You're going out of town to watch soccer?
I don't think it's not British.
Oh.
It's not England. It's Wales.
Though that's not Randy. We've had this conversation. It's not actual Wales. Wales is a town, like a state of
Damn it
Great
to
Britain.
hell! You
They're
can't
not
do
playing
that to me. I
actual
keep
Wales.
trying to sell you that.
Wales goes with an H. Not. How do you think they're going to play soccer against actual Wales, Randy?
So what am I going to do with all this Shamu swag that I have here?
I just told you that. I told you that before. I told you that when you were buying your tickets. I told you that the entire time. It's not actual whales. It's not humpbacks. It's not sperm whales. It's not orca whales. It's not even chubby girls at closing time. Okay.
This kid, we're not going to SeaWorld. I guess it's a
Well, it
different
wasn't
Wales.
at SeaWorld, and they kind of closed that
Damn it.
down. But yeah.
Miss Kim was looking forward to that.
Well, you can still go to isn't there an aquarium somewhere? Just take her to the aquarium. There's one right there in the 101.
Yeah,
I don't think they have
the
whales. But
Odyssey Aquarium.
But why?
there's fish.
If there's not going to be whales playing soccer, why?
Take her to Red Lobster. How's that? That's close enough. It's a lot like you can eat them though.
And I think Wales is going to lose Red Lobster too. So just a
what? Oh, I thought you said the wow. For some reason, I thought you said they weren't going to serve whale at Red Lobster.
First, USA basketball is not number one anymore. Now the damn soccer is not going to have whales in it.
I try to tell you, but okay. Mr. Pringle says, wait, what? No beer at the World Cup? Well, at least our soccer teams won't be wearing red, white, and blue logos on there. That's fine. Curious ASU fan says, and?
Good question.
I have a feeling not all of that person's text has come through. Today, I got to be honest. The old text line seemed like it was starting to do better, but I'm going to pull the plug on this one. We got a new program ready to go. We're very excited. So hang in there with the rest of that sentence. I'll come back around to you.
And?
Chief Skull says Tribal Social is similar to the Twit. Tribal Social. Never heard of that. Have you ever heard of Tribal? Yeah, we should.
I have not. No.
Should look that up. Wait, hold on. Don't do it with station equipment. That might be a trap.
See, no, you got me.
He says tribal, and we end up there, and we're like, oh, there's two girls. Oh, there's a cup. Oh, God. We can't have that again.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Against the Spread says, hey, I got some college picks this week, fellas. He kind of feels like against the spread is the guy. He'd walk up to you with a jacket and he'd open it up. You have some watches sitting there. He's like, "Hey, I got some college picks right here.
I got some real good picks for you this week.
And over here, I've got some spatulas. Don't ask me why." All right, but here is the knowledge against the spread has come down from the mount on high to disperse to you, the mere mortals.
Hang
He
on.
says,
Let me get my pin engaged. Stand by.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Stick with TCU on the money line to win. I like USC on the money line to win and in their quest to become bowl eligible. Arizona to win against Washington State. Delora is ready for this game.
All right.
So he's talking about the kitty cats there, not our Arizona, not the real Arizona. He just means Arizona.
Not the real Arizona University.
Right. Uchalupa. So, all right, there you go. Against the spread has given you some ideas. Some people will not take the advice. Other people's will make money. Licky Lips Johnson says, "Hey, smoke meat, not meth." See, that would be a great poster to put up in the high schools with Randy White.
Yeah.
Have him stand there with some tongs and his smoker behind him, wearing that tactical apron I gave you. And you have just the whole thing there, and you're like, "Hey, smoke meat, not meth."
I don't wear a thong in public again.
Tongs.
Oh, tongs.
To grab the meat with.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Not to shove your meat into. Booger Wolf says, "What's up, you turd hairs? Niners going to beat the red off those turkeys on Monday. Cluck, gobble, cluck, cluck. Go Niners."
Yeah.
Fish Tank says, "We can make Instagram account for Evil Randy called Randalltron 5000. I think you should do that now. I think there should be a Twitter account somebody runs, but it has to be you, Fish Tank, because we know you won't go too far and make Randy look bad. That's not the intent. The intent is just to have like the laser eyes on Randy, like they were on Tom Brady, and have this person say evil things. There, you just take a screenshot of him right there and right now. There you go. And then you make the little evil laser eyes in his eyeballs. There you go, Fish Tank. I appreciate you volunteering for the job. Boomer Sooner says, "Do you know the spread on ASU versus OSU?" I think they're in trouble. It's bad.
You mean ASU or OSU?
ASU versus OSU. It's quite a spread. You should just go ahead. Bring it up there, Keon. I saw it. I don't remember the actual number, but I was thinking, is that the temperature that day? Big George says, "Jeffrey, you said that if you weren't it weren't for radio, you wouldn't have social media." That is the truth. Berg says, "Happy Friday, guys, and go ASU." No doubt, huh? Hefty Lefty says, "US plays England too, you know."
I don't think of this round. It's Wales, Iran, and it's not England.
England is in the group, yeah.
Or are they in the group?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Hefty Lefty says he's definitely using sitter on the bleeper when that becomes a thing. Nobody wants to sitter on the bleeper. Sitter would be a thing where you all show up and you sit on some little lawn chairs around like a little fire, and you drink whiskey and you smoke cigars.
Yeah,
and
it's
you
one
talk.
of my favorite activities.
Sitter, except for everybody's going to say, when you say, "Hey, I'm going to go do the sitter," they're like, "Oh my God, how old is she?" Now we got to maybe think of another name. You're going to get the wrong idea if you're doing the sitter. You know what I mean?
Also, the point spread on the OSU game, it's 7.5 in favor of OSU. So it's not an insane number.
I wonder if that's changed. I thought it was in the double digits at a time I looked. Viva Mexico says, I'm not sure who. 888-368-1580. We've gone the entire hour and we haven't even had a chance to talk about Monday Night Football. We talked about the drunk coordinator, which is, let me ask you this. That coordinator seems like he might have been important to the team's success. Todd Downing, he's the main guy, right? He's the coordinator.
Yeah, he's the OC. Yeah, and that's going to be a huge loss for them. I think
how long will he be gone? I mean, the NFL will ask questions and probably say, "Hey, if you don't suspend him, we have to," kind of thing. So how long was other people who have done this suspended? That I guess right there is a question looking for some sort of precedent.
I mean, if Steve Kine is in any indicator, It's not going to be that long.
Yeah, no, he'll be fine. He'll be back next week then.
Yeah.
Under the Steve Keim indicators.
48 hours, right?
Yeah, something like that.
They posted bond, and I think when the NFL goes through it, they may drag their feet a little bit
till the end of the season.
Yeah, and then come up with a ruling at that point. They've done that before.
Well, luckily nobody was hurt, including that guy. But I'm telling you, that is a bad look. Tell you what, we'll talk about the actual game when we come back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
First, we decide where we want to go. Then we need to know the best way to get there. Hi, my name is Adam Barada. I'm the owner of Advantage Gold. We're the highest rated precious metals firm in the country. We teach people how to own physical gold and silver. Now, we've won the Best of TrustLink Award 4 years in a row because we educate our clients on how to buy gold and silver the right way. We don't pay celebrity spokespeople millions of dollars. We'd rather pass that value on to you. Call 800-900-8000 and speak with one of our experts. We'll send you a free gold kit along with my latest #1 national best-selling book, The Great Devaluation. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000. Get the best information, the best process, the best service, the best value. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000. Call 800-900-8000.
Advantage Gold is not an investment advisor or a tax advisor. Consult with your financial advisor before investing.
Hi, this is Nick LaCapria with the Daily Sports Quiz. Today we'll talk NFL draft. You know, there was one football team that made 4 draft picks that all became Hall of Famers. Can you name that team? The answer is coming up on the Daily Sports Quiz.
When you want trivia from the world of sports, Daily Sports Quiz host Nick LaCapria has it. Baseball lovers, go online to baseballtrivia.org. Basketball fans, check out basketballtrivia.net. Football fans, head on over to footballtrivia.net. Hockey trivia, that's hockeytrivia.net. And boxing fans, log on to boxingtrivia.net. Stay tuned to this radio station for the Daily Sports Quiz or visit Nick LaCapria's sports-specific trivia websites.
The answer to today's Daily Sports Quiz, name the 4 players that would become Hall of Famers that all were drafted in the same draft by the same team, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Those players included Mike Webster, Lynn Swann, John Stallworth, and Jack Lambert.
And now an important message from music superstar Willie Nelson.
I've been fighting for legalization of the one thing that can bring comfort to millions. And of course, I'm talking about Skechers.
Can we stop the commercial? Willie, I don't think Skechers are illegal anywhere.
Really? But they feel so good.
No, you can wear them anywhere, Willie.
Well, pass the Skechers.
Skechers comfort feels so good because Skechers is the comfort technology company and has all the fits and features you need for ultimate comfort. Find Skechers at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Yeah, what you doing with your phone? Taking pictures?
No, I'm asking it questions.
Like what?
Hey, Bobo, do flowers have best friends?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that. Hey, follow me. I want to show you something. Look, flowers do have best friends.
Whoa.
Some answers can only be found in nature. Discover the unsearchable. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a trail near you. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
KQFN Tempe, also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K242 Rolling Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And that's a good question, Hefty Lefty. He wants to know if that burrito deal with Chipotle is for U.S. games only or if it's every game, because the Dutch might put up 5 or 6 in Qatar during group play. No, I'm sorry. It's only USA. That's a shame. So, yeah, sorry. Tijuas. Hey, there you are. It was Tijuas who says, Viva Mexico. Big Risk says, you want to see Wales playing soccer? I can't read the rest. That's even that's not right. Bala 51. Okay, we're glad you've got the schedule, but anyone else who cares has the schedule too. I'm not going to read all that, but Thank you. But basically, it's always at noon. Always at noon for the United States. King of Kittens says, here's a new texture nickname if you want it. This is not bad. Snap Crotch. Yeah, I like that. But I mean, who wants to be named after a social media platform? But if you want it, Snap Crotch is yours.
Snap Crotch.
Donnie says, I got reservations for Sportsbook for Vikings Patriots Thanksgiving night. I'm going to be so drunk, he says. Yeah, good for you. Hefty Lefty says, oh, well, I guess, 5 goals means 25,000 chances to get a Chipotle burrito for $330 million people. So, yeah, your chances of actually getting it, I feel like you should just go buy one. There'd be a lot less work, you know? How much is your time worth, Hefty Lefty? You know what I'm saying? Big George says, Jeffrey, will I get an invite to Randy's retirement party? Nobody's retiring. We're talking about starting a new platform called Sitter. Now, that does sound a lot like me and Randy retired sitting on the porch and drinking whiskey, smoking cigars, and talking about grilling and man stuff. It does sound a lot, but no, that's just Sitter. That Willie sketching mouth work. That Willie Nelson Skechers commercial is amazing. Made me laugh very much. Says a person who I can't say who it is because this text line sucks. 888-368-1580. So can we finally get around to talking about the Monday Night Football?
Sure. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Wow. With that much excitement, how could I not?
Well, I mean, I was wrong. King Henry is the king. And Ryan Tannehill being back with the Titans helped that team immensely. I was wrong. I picked the wrong team. And, by the way, about the third quarter, about 5 minutes and 15 seconds left in the third quarter, the Packers season was done.
Why do you think it was done at
I heard
that
the bell
point in
go
time?
off. I heard the bell
Why
go
is that?
off. They're done. Take them out of the oven.
Well, I saw them fighting for it. I saw that it was 5 minutes till the end of the fourth quarter where I finally said, okay, they're not going to make it. Because they were working it, man. And that, I'll tell you what, everybody ran out and got Christian Watson in fantasy football and everyone was right. Oh, it made me sick. I wanted to
listen, they were fighting until the end. I'm not talking about the game last night. I'm talking about their playoff chances. I'm talking about the way that did you see the underthrown pass Aaron Rodgers threw to a wide open?
He had some wobblers. He did have some wobblers out there.
He had some
it's
wobblers.
The first time he has taken responsibility, and to be honest, it's the first time he's needed to. Last night was not a good night for Aaron Rodgers, but leading up to that, it hasn't been his fault.
There's something wrong with his thumb. Remember that thumb injury? There's something wrong, and we'll see. I think it's impacting him more than we know, and I think that's why he quote unquote threw some wobblers.
And it's kind of the sign of something we haven't seen from Aaron Rodgers, really, which is age catching up with him. Because the thumb is an injury that happens to you, but you also do just see some of the arm strength stuff that he's just used to flicking his wrist and the ball goes 30 yards. There's a little bit more oomph that has to happen to get the ball downfield these days.
But I also saw one of them Hail Mary type throws that wasn't too far off the mark. He still has the arm. He still has the ability.
It's creeping up on him, but he's
just
not,
had a bad
done.
night.
Well, I'm talking about the season as a whole, not just. And I know the receivers are a part of it, but I've been watching the Packers. Aaron Rodgers.
Part has got to be psychology. He's just sort of
when I say age is creeping up on somebody, I don't mean that he's got one foot in the grave and his arm's about to fall off.
Tired of your ageism. I'm tired of it.
It's just
you're totally always making fun of Tom Brady. You're always making fun of Aaron Rodgers. You're always making fun of Radio Ron behind his back.
I've done nothing of the sort. Hold on. Now, don't get me fired.
Wow.
I could do that all on my own.
I didn't think you were going to put that on the air, Jeffrey. I mean, wow.
I'm just tired of it.
But when it comes to those guys, I'm not making fun of them, but it's the reality of you play football to a certain age and then you don't have the arm strength that you used to have.
I don't know.
And it's just the beginnings of it. That doesn't mean that you're deep in the middle of a decline. There's still plenty of football left for both of those guys, but they're not the spring chickens that they were, and you can see it.
There was a couple of throws. The receiver did not adjust according to what Aaron threw. Okay. And he's used to receivers, veteran receivers that can adjust mid-route to where he's throwing the football.
And that was the problem against the Lions. One of the interceptions he threw, there was supposed to be an adjustment. He kind of laid it up there for the receiver. All he has to do is go up and attack the football over the defensive backs. And he did not do it. And
he threw so in that one with that new kid, that number 9 kid that he's throwing the football to, the defender was all over his back. All that guy had to do was turn to his left. He would have caught the football. That's where Aaron Rodgers put it. Yeah. I don't know that maybe his arm strength is starting to degrade, but his accuracy, I don't think his accuracy is. My concern is the way he threw that ball over the middle. I mean, God, he missed that guy by 10 yards.
That's the stuff that wouldn't have happened even, a couple of years ago. Just
That's
wouldn't have
why
happened.
I think it's his thumb.
Listen, there's no doubt that he has an injury. There's no doubt he's 36. All those things are going to start to play, but I don't think they're as big a factor as the tea he drinks, the youth of his receivers, and maybe the psychological toll of just be like, I don't have anybody to throw to. And they want me to come out here every week, get hit by linebackers, try to make things work. I'm trying to do this every single time. And it's got to start to drag on you. Then sometimes you're going to be like, yeah, here, whatever, and here comes the flopper, whatever. I listen, I don't like Aaron Rodgers. I don't want him to have nice things. Remember, I'm the guy who doesn't care for Aaron Rodgers, but I got to tell the truth where the truth is. Not as degraded, I think, as you guys think he might be.
Well, I'm not saying he's degraded. I'm sorry, Keon. Please. I think that his offensive line is injured. Bakhtiari's been injured. It's a chronicled fact that he's not healthy this year. The offensive line has not been good. They couldn't get a running game going last night against the Titans defense. Clearly, if they could have got the running game going, the passing game would have been more effective. And third of all, I think his injury to his thumb, to his hand, whatever that injury is, I think we'll find out about it after the season. Is affecting him more than we know, because he put some passes right there where the receiver was. The receiver is just so young, like you said, Jeffrey, he couldn't adjust to it. He doesn't know to adjust to it. He doesn't know to take a left instead of looking over his head backwards. Look to your left, the ball will be right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's just experience. And yeah, I'm not making it seem like the Aaron Rodgers age factor is like the main factor. It's just a thing that I noticed, and it's one factor that is not helping in a series of, the Titans went out there and dominated the time of possession. They had the ball, but in the first half,
that was Aaron Rodgers' fault.
Yeah, that wasn't his fault. And so there are all of these other factors are at play. But when you're a team that's used to turning to Aaron Rodgers and saying, Aaron, bail us out, he's at the point now where he can't bail you out of every single problem that you have.
Because he's young. Aaron Rodgers couldn't have bailed you out with this receiving squad. Younger Aaron Rodgers could not have bailed you out.
Maybe because I saw younger Aaron Rodgers, bail the team out with Geronimo Allison as his top receiver. Where's Geronimo Allison? Is he still playing football?
Time. He had more time with Geronimo Allison to even be able to do that. This new group of people, he's been saying, he's just like, I'm trying to figure out who these people are and what the hell they can and can't do. And he keeps thinking, oh, we're here. And then he's like, no, we're not there. He's gone on his little press conferences and said, there's just nobody catching the ball. I mean, I don't want to feel sorry for him, but he's got nothing to work with. And everyone's expecting the world from him. That reminds me of many, many years ago. I was like in my mid 30s. And I start dating this girl, and I didn't realize how young she was. I thought she was closer to my age, and then found out, ooh, wow, we've got about a 14-year difference here. And that's why I ended things with her. And here was the statement. I said, I'm not the guy you start out with. I'm the guy you end up with. Okay. You need to go off and live a life. And so that's got to be how he's feeling right now. He's like, I'm not the guy you start out with a bunch of young guys, like an entire young crew. I need some veterans that I can get the job done while bringing these other guys along. And Randall Cobb,
I mean, you say if, but 6 for 6, 73 yards. And I'm not.
No, I'm saying he's hurt. He's in. He's out. He hasn't been a factor in helping to bring these younger guys along, or else they'd be along, wouldn't they? So I'm telling you right now, I want to blame Aaron Rodgers. I want him to suffer.
Well,
I want him to be unhappy, but it's just not his fault. And
I'm
it's
not,
not
I'm
a
not,
matter
I'm
of
not,
his
I'm not
deterioration.
blaming him,
I mean,
but I'm saying he used to be able to make the worst receivers look really good, and that he just does not do that anymore. And that's not his fault. But I'm saying the Packers have become so over-reliant on Aaron, bail us out, that now it's starting to be a little exposed that they don't have a team that can help Aaron, because that's what happens when you've got a quarterback early in his career, when he's in his prime. You're asking this guy to do things to elevate the team. Aaron's at the point now where he needs the team to elevate him a little bit.
Not
and they
even
don't
elevate him. He needs the team to show up grown up.
Yeah, or at least give him something to lean on. Like he does need a top tier receiver.
Guys,
where in years past, maybe he
everybody
didn't.
helps each other.
Guys, he's making $40 million a year, and he didn't have to make $40 million a year. And Devontae Adams would have stayed if Aaron Rodgers hadn't played all of his hijinks just last
That's
season.
on the Packers. That's not even on him.
It might be on the Packers, and it might, but if Aaron Rodgers comes to camp and plays out his contract and doesn't go all diva on the Packers, remember all the drama last year?
Sure,
remember him
sure.
holding out? Remember he got a new contract, and now they can't afford to pay anybody else on that offense to help the Aaron Rodgers out. They can't pay their offensive line guys what they need. They can't pay any offensive guys what they need. They've got A.J. Dillon and they've got what's his name, Rodgers right now, the running backs. But that's all they have because they can't afford to pay anything.
But that's
because Aaron Rodgers is demanding so much damn money. It is partially his issue.
Of course,
Market will bear, man.
It is partially his issue, but you still have to blame the Packers for this, because when you can't afford talent, what do? You draft it. And they have not been drafting
they are
receivers.
garbage at
They just,
drafting.
the Jordan Love thing is honestly kind of the beginning of the end, because they have a first round
They
pick,
had a choice.
and instead of taking a top receiver, they took a quarterback who can't help their quarterback at all. So now you got to do it on the sideline holding a clipboard.
Go back and look. Who was the first receiver taken in the draft where the Packers took Jordan Love? I mean, who would have still been around when the Packers drafted Jordan Love? I know that's going to take you a minute to find there, but I am kind of curious who the Packers could have had, because if that was the beginning of the end, and I'm not saying you're wrong, I'm curious, who could they have had? Because then you would have had Devontae Adams and that guy, and you'd have a whole different story right now.
But
you wouldn't have gone through all the drama because you wouldn't have pissed off Aaron Rodgers by bringing in a quarterback well before you really needed to. So that right there is very interesting to me.
I guess that's my point. You pissed off Aaron Rodgers. Now he's got to go all diva on you, and you lost Devontae Adams because of it. And that's my point right now. Right there. You go out and you get Jordan Love and you bring him in to this football team. You pissed off Aaron Rodgers. And now
you may have still done that to Devontae Adams anyway, because Aaron Rodgers would still get paid, but you'd then have drafted whoever it is Keon's going to tell me got drafted and was amazing. You know what I'm saying? You'd still be all right.
I mean, I see. Yes, I understand that. But
next was
you hear what I'm saying, though, Jeffrey. I mean, you understand what I'm saying.
I understand. So
I mean,
who do you think, Keon?
They took Jordan Love. Next wide receiver off the board was T. Higgins, who's in Cincinnati right now.
Not bad.
Target that. I mean, he's better than what they've got going on in Green Bay. Sure. Next wide receiver off the board, Michael Pittman. Next wide receiver off the board, Laviska Shenault. Also, by the way, Jonathan Taylor was after Jordan Love.
Who knew?
Not a receiver, but would have been more useful to you than what Jordan Love is right now. Next receiver, KJ Hamler with the Broncos, who he's been kind of digged up.
I mean, we could speculate all day.
That's what I'm saying. All I'm saying is,
if
if they had taken any of those guys,
T. Higgins would have probably been a bigger star with Aaron Rodgers and the Packers that year as a rookie. You know?
And instead, you got to do it on the sideline holding a clipboard that can't help the starter at all. That's not a good decision.
I don't feel bad for Aaron Rodgers. He gets what he gets, and I think it was there was a dual role here, and Aaron Rodgers is as much to blame as Goody Kuntz is in the front office of the Packers.
All I know is Derrick Henry. I was a fan of Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
I knew Peyton Manning, and you, sir, you are no Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
But that was pretty sweet. Derrick Henry threw a touchdown, and later he says, "Yeah, I call myself a young Peyton Manning." He's like, I'm just happy the hoop caught that thing. That was a thing of beauty. There was some good football last night. It was boring for a bit, and then there was some good football. That Titans trick play where they pretended like old what's his name didn't know the play, and then there goes Derrick Henry running in for the first down. You get away with that maybe once in a year.
Yeah, but you got to understand this is Vrabel, and he's coming from the Belichick school of
cheating,
shenanigans.
Yeah.
And then there's
When
the
Tannehill
Titans.
turned to the sideline. I was like, watch this.
Well, then there is the fake injury, and Aaron Rodgers is walking over, just heckling the guy, and is laughing, and Vrabel's just kind of like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, of course he's not really hurt. Let's get the magic spray on it from soccer. But it was, turning out to be a much more entertaining game than I thought it was. And I tell you, there was a few minutes there where you thought maybe Aaron Rodgers can get these young squids back, but you can't blame Christian Watson. Holy crap, 3 touchdowns against the Cowboys the last week, and he's making points. The kid's making points for whoever has him in fantasy football. So, all right. God, please don't make me defend Aaron Rodgers. That just leaves bad taste in mouth. You know what I'm saying? I don't care for Aaron Rodgers. I always have to defend what I think is true. And for me, from what I saw, I don't think there's as much deterioration in him. And I understand what you guys are saying. You're 100% right. The levelness of right, I'm not sure we're in the same category on. 888-368-1580. The Jet says, I have a question for you guys and for the Fourth Dimension. Of all the texters, who would you guys like to interview? None of you?
Of all the texters,
I would probably say Fish Tank just because of the music background there. I think that would be interesting.
Yeah, Fish Tank could come in the studio and just play us in and out of every break. That
could be our studio.
Sure. Our live musician. But it says also same question for the Fourth Dimension. You guys should have a bi-monthly interview session and invite a Fourth Dimensioner in so we can get to know them better. Personally, I'd like to interview Boomer Sooner. Well, you're more than welcome to. You could start your own podcast. The Jet interviews the Fourth Dimension. But
I would listen to it.
Who's the 49er fan that always gives us a hard time? Keon, who is it? Is it Booger Wolf?
Booger Wolf.
Yeah, but which one?
I mean,
There's
more than a couple. It's more than just Booger Wolf. But Booger Wolf is like
is Booger Wolf the one that
leader
comes up with those creative names for us?
Yes.
Yeah. I'd like to.
I mean, you could never be aired on radio. I'm sure it'd be,
that would have to be a podcast. Yeah.
PG-14 or something.
Somewhere where the FCC can't reach you.
So, yeah. Well, I mean, I don't feel like I need to interview any of you guys because you guys text in and know your personality is already here. Don't you feel like you already know all these people?
I wish
I actually do.
Fan would come back.
Yeah, we by that I mean me pissed her off enough. We'll probably never see her again. Big George says, I think incarcerated person would make a good jailhouse interview. I'm not going to jail. I'm not going to jail.
Is this an episode of Mindhunter? I'm not going inside a prison. Okay.
Don't want to be searched in any way. But if I even hear the word cavity, I'm out. Nope. No cavity searches here, please. It's an interesting idea, Jet. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like we're all doing this here. But if you want to do
why
it,
don't we start with you, Jet?
What would we even ask Jet? What would we ask the Jet?
Who knows? Where do you come from, Jet?
Do we wait for the answer out loud or just?
I think we just go to break, and I think you'll answer it whenever.
Okay, let's go to break. When we come back, let's talk about the snowy conditions in Buffalo and how they could still affect that game. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
My friend and I are taking a trip to Mexico this year, but neither of us speak Spanish. So we downloaded Babbel and started learning Spanish fast.
Want to start getting conversational in another language in as little as 3 weeks? Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons were designed by language experts to be the most efficient and effective way to learn a new language.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
Babbel, language for life, celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
Did you know the 30-year fixed rate mortgage is absolutely the most expensive way to finance a home, regardless of interest rate? With a Life Changer loan, you're in control. By paying principal first and having access to all your equity, you can pay down, pay off, and borrow back as you see fit. Come see why our clients pay off their mortgages in well under 10 years without changing a dime of their spending habit. It's not magic, it's just math. So check us out at lifechangerloan.com. That's lifechangerloan.com.
Arizona Mortgage Broker number MB1002031, NMLS number 1863775. Life Changer Loan Corp is an equal housing lender.
And now an important message from music superstar Willie Nelson.
I've been fighting for legalization of the one thing that can bring comfort to millions. And of course, I'm talking about Skechers.
Can we stop the commercial? Willie, I don't think Skechers are illegal anywhere.
Really? But they feel so good.
No, you can wear them anywhere, Willie.
Well, pass the Skechers.
Skechers comfort feels so good because Skechers is the comfort technology company and has all the fits and features you need for ultimate comfort. Find Skechers at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Remember last year when you wanted to hear that NFL matchup, but you couldn't because you were at your nephew's birthday party and the Fanatic couldn't stream the NFL on their app? Didn't that suck? Well, those days are over, pal. Now you can listen live to every primetime NFL game on the Fanatic app. Download the app now at the Google Play Store or the App Store, or at 1580thefanatic.com.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. So here's what's going on tonight on CRC Broadcasting. We got the GCU game at 6:45 p.m. Is that the Grambling State? Is that
Yes.
what's happening?
Yeah, Friday night Grambling State.
You know somewhere somebody there is like doing a version of "Ooh, I'm a Grambling man," and everybody hates it. I would imagine that that's something they do, right? Yeah, they do a song version of the song "I'm a Rambling Man." Yeah,
I'm a Grambling man.
and it's as good as what Randy's doing right now. And seriously, stop. So GCU will hosting the Gramblers. That happens at 6:45 p.m. with Michael Potter and our pals from GCU. Over on Money Radio 1510 and 105.3 FM, we have the 6A first round playoffs at 7 p.m. So if you're looking for the high school football, that is where it is. 888-368-1580. Fish Tank says, okay, here's the plan. Donnie and I have a podcast where I ask him questions. He makes his wild claims, and then I just keep responding with, what the hell are you talking about? Episode 1. What the hell are you talking about? Oh, it'd be an absolute rating monster. I think you guys should definitely hook up on the Twitters there. Make that happen, Fish Tank. You make that happen.
Yeah.
The Jet just simply says, Nebraska.
So the Jet is from Nebraska. There you go. What part of Nebraska, Jet?
Well, we'll wait a while.
My parents lived in Ogallala, Nebraska for a while.
Oh, crap. Everybody, try to remember what we were talking about at 4:06, because Radio Ron texted in and said, Keon, the newest Spartans fan? Why would he say that? What were we talking about?
Good job,
crap.
Keon.
You're in so much trouble.
Good job, Keon.
Well, it depends on how I answer, isn't it? Yes.
You say go Sparty.
Go Sparty.
There you go. Against the Spread says, the psychedelics that Aaron Rodgers took messed him up in the head. And that's why he's performing poorly. I don't think he's performing poorly.
Because he took it before he won the 2 MVPs. So that can't be it.
The poor performance is thumb. And then he's got young receivers. I still say it's his fault.
And a not a great defense. I don't necessarily put that on Aaron Rodgers, because Devontae Adams made his intentions quite known before they moved him. So there was plenty of opportunity to try and find a solution at wide receiver before they traded Devontae Adams and then didn't do anything in the draft.
I get it, but 33.3% Aaron Rodgers.
Is that like his blood alcohol level of the tea?
No, I think that's his share of the blame of where they're at.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. If he had a great contract, he shouldn't have messed around, and Green Bay shouldn't have messed around and drafted a Jordan Love. and made a big issue out of it. And then Tom Brady won Super Bowl rings by not coming in being a diva, by being a team guy.
And now look at him. He's homeless, wifeless,
I don't
winless.
think he's homeless at all.
Nobody loves him.
That's not true.
Swazman says Buffalo is so lucky they moved that game. They're going to win in Detroit twice. I think so. Indoor perfect game position. We're going to talk about that here in a moment, but there are people out there crying foul, saying, oh, it's not fair to the Browns because the Browns are a better running team and they would have won that game. Oh, really, genius? Do you think they would have left the snow on the field? Do you think they would have just left like a hip high amount of snow on the field during the game? No, they would have plowed that thing out. This whole thing isn't even about the game. This is about the safety conditions. The reason they didn't practice today, the Bills, is because they couldn't get to the facility. They have an indoor practice facility, but there's so much snow they couldn't. Now people are worried. Are they going to be able to even get out of town to get to the game in Detroit? It's called a blizzard. This is not a conspiracy. This is called weather. So all these Browns fans, you know what? Screw you, Browns fans. Seriously, from top to bottom, screw you.
And also, like, there's this dude. He plays for the Bills. His name is Josh Allen, and he runs over people. Do you think that was just going to be a cakewalk? Like, you're just going to keep handing it off, and the Bills are just going to have no solutions at all, just no answers for what you're doing? Please stop. I'm asking you to stop. You're embarrassing yourselves.
Jagdog says, Randy, I'm from Lincoln, Nebraska.
Lincoln,
yeah.
Okay.
Good old Ugalala. Now, by the way, the Jet was the one we were asking, but Jagdog.
Ogallala.
By the way, I liked Lincoln. I like doing stand up in Lincoln because it was a cool place, kind of a little bit of a hippie town. But man, the steaks. Oh boy, could you get some steak in Nebraska?
Wow.
That was some good eating there. I like Nebraska and I like Lincoln. The Jet says Kearney, Nebraska.
Kearney. Okay. Excellent.
Now you know why we don't do interviews with the texters. It takes way too damn long to get the answer.
So, Jet, how the hell did you end up in Arizona?
Okay, I guess we'll wait again.
I mean,
why not?
I think you could just keep talking until the Jet texts back in.
Go ahead, Jeffco.
Incarcerated person says, I'm not interesting enough to interview. I'd like to interview Donnie, though, with my two microphones, my left fist and my right fist.
Oh,
wow.
Don't mess with the incarcerated. Donnie, just go ahead and sit this one out.
Incarcerated person, you don't have to interview Donnie. He's a good dude. He's a good dude. I can vouch for him. He's just a Vikings fan.
He likes to gunge people. I don't know why I have this now before me, but this came from Choro. Choro has the 2020 NFL draft rankings, top 10 wide receiver prospects. But understand, at the point where the Packers took the pick, the Justin Jefferson, Henry Ruggs, Jerry Jeudy, and CeeDee Lamb already off the board. So it was only from there down, whereas T. Higgins, Denzel Mims, LaVisca, Renault. Oh, those Renaults weren't very good cars, were they, Randy? Those were not very good cars. Remember the Renaults, the little French things?
No, they kept
really.
The problem with the Renaults is they kept stopping to have a cigarette.
Yeah. I would go and I feel like it.
Yeah.
And then Brandon Ayuk was in that draft. He's finally starting to kind of come around. What? I always called him that. Ayuk?
No, your French guy kills me. It just kills me all the time.
Kyle G says the Packers are at the end of an era. It's a result of years of low draft picks, aging quarterback, inability to retain talented free agents. I'm starting to wonder how many picks the Patriots, Raiders, or Colts would give for Rodgers, and then we could begin to rebuild. Oh, hell, I would take him. I would take him 2 years ago when my team was still fully formed.
So
and
you
not injured.
You would take Aaron Rodgers right now.
I can't stand him, and I would take him.
Wow.
Seriously. Absolutely. You'd be stoned as he is to say no to Aaron Rodgers if he came to the Cardinals or if he came to the Commandos.
I wouldn't want to see him come to the Cardinals because with our offensive line the way it is, the way it's been just broken down this year, he would get killed.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers with my O-line healthy, Super Bowl. And I'm not even being funny. Cabana says, Chicago this weekend only, they lowered the cost to adopt the child to only $89. Usually it's $259. I think I'll stick with my dog. Well, that's just very random and unnecessary information, but thanks for that, man.
Hell?
Yeah, I guess they're doing like, they do the Humane Society here. It's like, well, we got a $5 foot long puppy thing. Come on down and get a puppy.
me.
And in Chicago, they're like, we can't. We've lost our lease. These kids must go. $89 and you've got a kid. I didn't know it was
Something
just
seems very unethical about
In
that. but
Chicago,
I
can't
feel
quite.
like it should have been more than $259 at the start. I feel like that is a problematic number too.
I cannot quite put my finger on the pulse of what feels incredibly wrong about this, but the whole thing does feel wrong.
Oh my God.
All I can say is I'm glad they caught Jared from Subway. That's
I mean,
all
me
I'm going to
too,
say
yes,
about that.
but
because he had a lot of money. I've just, Big George says 3 feet of snow has fallen so far in Orchard Park where the Bills play. More on the way. This is an apocalyptic storm of enormous proportions.
Come on, George.
They should have left town sooner knowing it was coming, though. Shouldn't the Bills have already gotten to Detroit the minute they said, we're doing it in Detroit, pack the bleep, we're on the road?
Well, no,
that's what they
these
should have
people
done.
in Buffalo see the snow coming and they go, I might be able to. And it's gonna backfire horrifically.
Hey, we may not have a game this week for them. It may get postponed.
Oh, the Buffalo Bills will make it to Detroit. It's going to be fine.
It's okay. I'm glad you're completely confident.
These guys in Buffalo are used to this kind of thing, man.
This is a
They're used
football
to it.
team. This isn't a guy sitting there toughing it out on the bleachers.
We're talking
This is
about the city
trucks
of
that
Buffalo.
need to go
Yeah.
through areas that may not be passable. This
they're
is
going to be fine.
tons of equipment, this and that. I'm serious. There is a fair chance if they're not already there or on the way there. I will hopefully the equipment went ahead of them. There might not be a game. There's very much a chance. Screaming Eagle says, "Hey Randy, I was born in Lincoln." Really, Screaming Eagle? You're from
No
Lincoln,
kidding.
Nebraska.
All right.
Lot of Nebraska folks. I didn't realize we had.
That's
such-
great. Didn't know
Well,
we had
people in
such an
Nebraska
influx
are so
of
cool.
Nebraska.
They don't flex on it.
That's a good point. Good point.
Of course, then again, they have no professional sports teams, so they're not going to flex on it. You know what I mean? They're not going to be like, in your face, Kansas. Just
You Jayhawks can suck it.
Choro says Jet needs to get his pigeons together. Yeah, these answers are coming slow. The Jet says, I drove. I came here for the real estate market. And by the way, didn't Green Bay trade up to get Jordan Love? Oh, that's right. They
did.
could have traded up to get another receiver if they
Or
really
they,
wanted.
or they could have just stayed because all the guys I listed that came after were second round guys.
Last Optimist says there are no fees to adopt a kid here in Arizona or Illinois to foster. Well, see, that's just
foster or adopt. There's a
I'm
difference.
I'll be honest with you. I don't lease a car. I ain't gonna lease a kid. Okay, I'm just saying. Good Cat says, "Señores, cómo está?" I know
Muy bien,
it.
y tú?
Yeah, not bad. And you? That's the conversation I have with the mother-in-law every day. I say, "Buenos dias, señorita." She says, "Oh, Jeffy, cómo está?" And then I say, or she says, "Cómo está?" And I say, "Oh, not bad." And you? And then I have no idea what she says after that. If she's smiling, I know I'm okay.
She loves you, Hefe.
Jiffy. She calls me Jiffy.
Oh, Jiffy. Sorry.
Dirty Donkey says global storming. That's what it's called, right? Global storming, global warming. I don't know, just a big damn snowstorm.
Though in this case, I think that's just Buffalo.
To be honest, if this is all about the global warming, this weather we've been having here lately, I don't mind it. If global warming eventually means we have cooler temperatures, we become like the new Canada, I'm okay with that. Is anybody here going to be mad about the lower temperatures here?
About not having it be hell in the summer? No, I don't think anyone's going to complain about that at all.
Sure, it will kill millions, if not billions, of people from starvation and famine. But damn it, the weather here is going to be nice. I just got to say. Mr. Pringle says, do the Bills have to wear the Lions uniforms when they play in Detroit? That'd be hilarious. That'd be like that team had to wear the other team's jerseys and they wrote their names on them. What was that? That was a college thing, right? Oh, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, I don't know if I know that one.
Woo says, I had to deal with close to 7 feet of snow in 4 days back in 2001. Lived in a suburb between Buffalo and Orchard Park. One of the neighbors worked for a construction company and brought a front loader to shovel us out. That is some crazy snow right there. And that's probably the kind of stuff they're dealing with right now. 6 feet now. So you know what it's like, Woos. Dirty Donkey says, I'm with that. Nope, I'm okay with that. He's talking about the cooler temperatures. King Kitten says, hey, Randy, Cody Bellinger, expensive free agent. Should the Diamondbacks take a look at him?
Well, I mean, I would hope so, but the Diamondbacks wisely went out and picked up an often injured outfielder from Seattle. So I think we're out of the Cody Bellinger run.
Somebody wants to know if Randy could give us a weather report from Buffalo. I don't know who you
Buffalo?
are. Yeah, this texter's name hasn't shown up yet, but they were the one who asked if you were friends with Bruce Keon. Being the spy for the morning show. We're not at war with them, so nobody cares.
From the 1580 The Fanatic Weather Center, Chief Meteorologist Randy White. Currently in Buffalo, snow. It's just going to snow all the time. It's going to snow through the damn weekend. And by Sunday, you'll have about, 18 feet of snow. Cold, snow, windy, blizzard-like conditions, snow. 20 degrees for your high. I hope you enjoy it. Get a space heater and let me know when you dig out. From the 1580 The Fanatic Weather Center, Chief Meteorologist Randy White. Back to you, Jeff. Go.
Snow, and mo snow for Buffalo. But you're saying it will snow on Sunday as well? It's still going to snow.
It's going to snow today, tonight, tomorrow. It might ease up a bit on Sunday. I still think they could have played the football game. These guys in Buffalo are professionals at moving snow out of the way. And there you go. That's my.
Got another weather question from Screaming Eagle. All right. He wants to know, Randy, what is thunder snow?
Thunder snow is like thunderstorm, like a rainstorm, but the snow is falling, and there you hear thunder. Thunder snow. There you go.
Yeah, that's awesome snow, by the way. I love it when it thunders. Oh yeah, that's good stuff.
Now, lightning and thunder and snow instead of rain.
All right, so I don't want to hear any more conspiracy theories from Browns fans about this thing is rigged. Shut the hell up and go play the game that you're about to lose. 888-368-1580. Hey, here's the latest in Kyler Murray. Old Cliff Kingsbury says Kyler Murray has come a long way. Well, here's the thing. He's got the little legs, so it probably seems like a long way. If he has come a long way, it's taken him twice as long to get there. So, but he means with his hamstring injury, he says he's come a long way. Well, that doesn't matter. Your words are meaningless. The thing that we keep hearing is game time decision. That's it. Game time decision. So,
please, can we have Colt McCoy? Please, can we have Colt McCoy?
Colt's got his own issues. I haven't heard really what his status is of his knee injury, but I guarantee you, even if he's in hurting, he's going to be a play-in. If he gets a shot, he will be out there.
Please, can we have Colt? Please.
You might just get that, Randy. Big Wrist says, how come we haven't heard from Morticia's man? Explain to him that if he brags about his team and they lose, he needs to text in and get his tongue lashing. Oh, that's right. He did text in yesterday. Strangely quiet today, but you got to remember some people get off work at different times, so we might still hear from Morticia's man. Don't you accost his credibility? We don't know him well enough yet to do that. Stockton Slap says it's all a government conspiracy, man. We got a freaking weather machines, man. Noted.
Okay, but that it can't be a conspiracy when it snows a lot in Buffalo. That's just Buffalo. That's just
Buffalo is supposed to be tropical. Everyone knows that, man. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
When a cold comes on strong, knock it out with Vicks DayQuil Severe for max strength daytime relief. Just one dose of Vicks DayQuil Severe starts to relieve 9 of your worst cold and flu symptoms to help take you from 9 to none. Power through your day with Vicks DayQuil Severe, the daytime non-drowsy, coughing, aching, fever, sore throat, 9 to none medicine. Use as directed.
Business people like it straight and to the point. So here it is. Bruce Jacobs here to tell you take control of your utility expenses by calling Harmon Solar right now. They can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Level your energy costs, protect yourself from inflation. How's that for straight and to the point? Here's more. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
Hey everybody, it's Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. For years, I've been telling you about refinancing, new home loans, all the great stuff that the Lund Mortgage Team can help you with from start to finish. Now, things have gotten a little crazy, right? The rates were bouncing all over the place. Now they're officially higher than they've been in a long time. And now more than ever, I think it's important to have a mortgage professional that has been there, done that. Any Yahoo can sell you a mortgage when it's 2.75%. Those people are going away. The real professionals are the ones that are staying in business and helping their clients through this kind of tough time out there as far as mortgage rates are concerned. Those people are the Lund Mortgage Team. Matt Oliver, Lisa Lund, they've owned this team for a long time, over 2 decades in the Valley. They are the best in the business, and they will walk you through the process, whether it's refinancing now or probably more importantly, a new home loan. Let them do all the heavy lifting for you. Call today, 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940. or online, lundmortgage.com.
And now an important message from music superstar Willie Nelson.
I've been fighting for legalization of the one thing that can bring comfort to millions. And of course, I'm talking about Skechers.
Can we stop the commercial? Willie, I don't think Skechers are illegal anywhere.
Really? But they feel so good.
No, you can wear them anywhere, Willie.
Well, pass the Skechers.
Skechers comfort feels so good because Skechers is the comfort technology company and has all the fits and features you need for ultimate comfort. Find Skechers at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
So, what's your favorite thing about sports? The excitement, the action, or the 5-meat pizza and the six-pack?
Bingo.
That's what we thought. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
David Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Random texter says, Jeffrey, you're sure hitting it hard that Buffalo's going to beat Cleveland. How much crow are you going to eat if Cleveland wins in Detroit? 0, because Cleveland will not win in Detroit. And even if by some miracle they run the hell out of the ball and, I don't know, Josh Allen just decides to eat a whole cake before the game. It's like, oh, God, I ate too much cake, and he can't play. I still no. If some miracle were to happen, no, I'm not eating crow. It's not like I'm a fan. I've been like, nanny boo boo. I mean, the Browns suck. They suck as people. They suck as a team. They suck as a fan base. I'm sure there's a few people here who are like, wait a second, oh, I'm a Browns fan. You should have renounced your fandom long ago because your owner is a typical dirtbag who's hired a dirtbag named Deshaun Watson, who has sexually harassed and humiliated women for quite some time. And knowing all this, the team went ahead and went and got him, constructed his contract. So if he did have to pay a penalty for all his sexual harassing and assaulting, that he wouldn't lose more than $1 million. He'll still get all that fully guaranteed money. Dirtbag on dirtbag, and then you see the people going in the stand saying, oh, them hoes had it coming and that kind of thing. It's like, what the hell? The entirety of, you know what? F Ohio, why we're at it. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. I mean,
F Ohio.
Joe Burrow's in Ohio. I don't want to throw him in the scrap heap. He's in it on a
I loved him in
completely
Home
different
Alone,
team,
but
and-
F Ohio. Yeah, all right. I kind of like the Bengals.
Yeah,
Okay.
and Donovan
Well,
Mitchell's playing basketball in Cleveland. I like him.
all right. F Cleveland. All of it. But not so much Cincinnati. And then most of rural in the outskirts of the area. Whatever trailer parks. I don't know. What
about Toledo?
I don't know anything about Toledo, but F them too.
So they're okay?
No. Anyway, Mr. Pink Eye says, I was wondering if Randy will be going to Buffalo to give reports in person, because you always have those reporters stand out there in the windbreaker and the microphone getting blown away by the floods or mudslides or blizzards or tsunamis. Randy's smarter than that.
Yeah.
Randy would, if he was that TV guy, he'd be standing inside somewhere with the window behind him going, I am not going out there. And everybody be like, finally, somebody, finally.
That's me.
Smart enough to stay out of that nasty mess. What do you get by seeing the reporter standing waist deep in water? You just like,
well, I mean, you get great comedic effect.
That's pretty much all you get.
That's sad.
It's just, some poor reporter.
You hope that maybe a 2x4 comes along and clocks whoever the reporter is.
Oh, God. You hope, but it doesn't happen nearly enough. Mr. Pringle says, is thunder snow related to thunder pudding? I don't think I probably should have said that out loud. I'm not sure what that is. Do not look it up. Dirty Donkey says, latest on Kyler is kill to death ration on Call of Duty is exactly his turnover to TD ratio.
Damn.
Probably true. Incarcerated person says, oh, yeah, I read your last text a little bit ago, buddy. Trust me, I read all of an incarcerated person's text out loud.
Oh, yeah.
As quickly as I can.
Yes, you do.
I don't need to make anything but friends where incarcerated person is.
Hurry and come home soon, incarcerated person.
Just not to my house. Big George says, why do people say you're going to eat crow? I don't know anybody who eats crows. That's disgusting.
That's the point.
That is the point.
You're not supposed to like it.
I would never eat a crow. Never.
And I'm not going to do a bet where I eat a crow. Mm-mm.
I'm all good on that front too. Yeah.
Trying to think if I do cannibalism and eat Cameron Crowe, but no, forget it. No. Random texter says, remember there was quite a few people who didn't think Washington was going to beat Philadelphia. I wasn't even thinking about Deshaun Watson thing though, just football. That's fine, random texter, but
Cleveland is a
maybe
dumpster.
It happens, but I doubt it.
Cleveland is a dumpster fire. And
so is the team.
And well, that's what I mean. The Browns are a dumpster fire. And the sad thing about it is there's a lot of great people, a lot of great individuals on the team that, anyway, listen, if I could, I would transport Keon, what's his name? Helmet beater guy, defense.
Oh, Myles Garrett.
I would take him on the Cardinals. On the Cardinals.
If all 31 other teams would take Myles Garrett if they had a chance to get
I would
Myles
take
Garrett.
him in a hard damn beat. Nick Chubb, I would take him on the Cardinals.
Last Optimus says, I heard the heart of rock and roll is in Cleveland. Yeah, because that's where they stuck the Hall of Fame. Outside of that,
some reason.
Name a good name a good rock and roll band from Cleveland.
No, I don't know.
Fish Tank says, I get your point about the Browns, Jeffrey, but I think our very own Keon might have something to say about sticking with your team no matter how awful they are. Yeah, but they didn't get. Ooh, that's a good question. I feel like the Browns have gone past the Commandos and Dan Snyder in how.
Oh no.
I don't know. This is tough. No. Which is worse?
I mean, Jimmy Haslam himself is. I would make the argument if you just look up Jimmy Haslam and the Pilot gas stations that he's owned and the things that he's been sued for that. Jimmy Haslam is as crappy a person as Dan Snyder, but I don't think he has been as bad a person in his own football facility as Dan Snyder has been.
Yeah.
But they got a attempted rapist. You know what I'm saying? And they
that's the
with
thing.
the money
Me,
to protect that guy.
But the Steelers had a convicted rapist.
Well, we're comparing. We're not comparing the Steelers right now. We're talking about the Browns and the Commandos.
All I'm saying is,
I was against that too. Ray.
I don't blame.
I know you were.
I don't blame a fan for sticking with their team, even if your ownership is filled with awful human beings, the worst people. But to me, I root for the players. That's who I root for. That's who I've always rooted for. And the issue that I have is, you got a guy on the field I can't root for. Like that's really the issue there. Is I don't want to root for Deshaun Watson. I don't want to root for any person like him.
Yeah, you've been hoping for change with the Commandos.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing is me and this entire fan base have been rooting for Dan Snyder. I mean, sell the team has been something I've heard since I was a kid. So the fact that it's finally happening is great, but I don't blame Browns fans for having this dropped in their lap. And you've been rooting for this team for 20 years. I don't care what people say. It's not that easy to just take your fandom and go somewhere else. You have history. Okay, maybe it is for you.
No, if Jim Irsay started sexually harassing people and doing the same moves that these other guys did, I'd be a Cardinals fan.
I'm not gonna like. I can withhold my money as a fan. I cannot go to the stadium as a fan. But as far as those players on that field in those uniforms, that's where my history is with the squad.
Well, I could be with you all the way, except for the minute that Deshaun walks in the field. Everybody's like, "Hey, he's my buddy." Then I'm like, yeah, "Okay, you guys are all just sort of complicit in this nastiness. Can't be a part of it." Navy Devil says 9 Inch Nails are from Cleveland. Well, that was just basically Trent Resnick, right? Is he still alive?
Trent Reznor? Yeah.
Did he die? He's alive?
No, he's still very much alive. Yeah. Does a lot of like a movie and TV soundtrack stuff lately. Pretty good.
Yeah,
really?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
He is pretty good. And I'm sure that's probably why he's got so much angst. He hates it there. I don't know. Stockton Slap says Hakeem Noah has the best take on Cleveland. Here's what he says. You ever hear anyone say they're going on vacation to Cleveland? No.
Yeah. No, that's one of the all-time great Joakim Noah rants when he was a Bull with Chicago. Just like anybody having fun in Cleveland, LeBron doesn't even have.
Good Cat says, I think I'll start a change.org petition and start with McCoy for the rest of the year. Fire Keim and Cliff. Would any of the Fourth Dimension sign my change.org petition?
I would.
I think a lot of people probably would.
I mean,
for all the good it would do.
Yeah, it's not going to change anything. It's not going to be like Michael Bidwell looks at the petition and goes, "Oh wow, all the fans signed this petition." Boy, I guess I was wrong about Keim and Kingsbury.
Booger Wolf says, Randy, who is your favorite 49er? Gonna be Steve Young? Gonna be Montana?
No. There's a couple of 49ers that I loved.
Ask me, Booger Wolf. I'll tell you. Your mom.
Couple of 40. Well, I loved Joe Montana. Who was the linebacker that he played with the broken leg? Hacksaw Reynolds. Was that his name? Jack Hacksaw Reynolds? Was that him?
I bet Booger Wolf knows.
That would be the guy I would say that's one of my favorite.
Well, for all the conversation we've had, George now informs us that the storm in Buffalo has now turned deadly. 2 people are now dead from the thunder snow in Buffalo.
Yeah, that's too bad.
So tell me again, how confident you are of the Bills getting out of town. 888-368-1580. And by the way, Keon, your team is in trouble again. The DC Attorney General is now suing the Commandos over a scheme to retain season ticket deposits.
Perfect.
They are coming at him from all angles.
Just pile it on. Corner him until there's nothing left for him to do but sell the team.
He's over there going, "What do you want from me? I'm selling.
Well, sell faster. I understand it's a long process and all of that. Should have thought about that before you put out a statement 2 weeks ago saying you would never sell the team. Because when you said that, everybody that had any dirt on you immediately came after you, Daniel Snyder. And so good luck. Good. I figured out.
Well, even the Commandos are like, yeah, we kind of did that. And they said, yeah, we tried to refund some security deposits. It didn't work out. It wasn't on purpose. We didn't mean to. Shut up, click.
Yeah, nobody believes that. Nobody buys that. And it only makes the district attorney's case from DC, it only makes his case stronger. And he's not even the one bringing that specific accusation.
Good Cat says Dwight Clark.
Dwight Clark was good, but I mean, Randy Cross was an offensive lineman that I really appreciated. That guy was tough. Roger Craig was tough.
Rathman.
There were a lot of guys. You can name the easy ones, but why name the easy
says Ronnie Lott? Is that who you're talking about, Randy?
Ronnie Lott. Ronnie Lott is the man.
Ronnie,
nice
guy.
Lott.
But
big USC guy.
Jack Reynolds.
Well, other than that, but
Randy was talking about Jack Hacksaw Reynolds.
Yeah, 49er. Jack Hacksaw Reynolds. I think he played a Super Bowl with a broken arm.
Bill Romanowski says Boomer Sooner.
Well, I didn't like Romanowski. He was a dirty player. I didn't like him. But Hacksaw Reynolds, I liked him. Ronnie Lott, I liked him. Randy Cross, I liked him. There are a lot of 49er guys that I grew up watching that I appreciated.
Kyle G says, as a Michigan man, let me cheer. F Ohio, nothing good or redeemable there. In fact, 25 people have become astronauts only to flee the earth and get away from that place as fast and as far as humanly possible.
Yeah, come on now.
Well, yeah, the Michigan guy is going to be biased, obviously.
Hefty Lefty says, my favorite Niner, Ed McCaffrey, because he was a great Bronco. What about Ed McMahon?
Ed McMahon was not a 49er. He was a Marine pilot, though. A Marine
left
aviator.
tackle, and you know it.
Ed McMahon?
Yeah.
Oh, Johnny. I don't think so.
Is AC/DC from Cleveland? No, they're from I believe England or Australia. Is it? Yeah. Thunder Snow, great song by AC/DC.
Thunder Snow is not a song.
You just take struck and replace it with snow. It's the same thing.
Well,
Snow. I don't know.
Thunderstruck.
Yippee! Thunderstruck. So now do it with Thunder Snow.
No. He calls
You're no
me
fun.
He calls me a cryptomaniac or something along those lines.
You're no fun.
Until he's nice to me, I won't say Thunder Snow.
Who? That wasn't him that was saying it. It wasn't.
Thunder Snow.
There you go.
There you go.
All right, we must take break. When we come back, we got 1 hour left. That's right. Soak it in, people. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
When I can't sleep, my mind just races. I think about work, the kids, but I don't think about taking melatonin because I'm afraid I'll feel groggy in the morning.
ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies has an optimal dose of melatonin for no next day grogginess, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake up feeling refreshed. ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies for better sleep like never before. And try Pure Z Sleep plus Next Day Energy with melatonin plus extended release B vitamins.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-989-8906 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-989-8906. That's 800-989-8906. What do you have to lose? Call 800-989-8906. Again, 800-989-8906.
If you're an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits and the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 6 to 8 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by PlayGolfMyrtleBeach.com, the golf capital of the world. Hosts Mark Greenhelch and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
All right, people, settle down. Because it's time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. Broadcasting live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. We have an update from Woo's, the Buffalo gal. She says the Buffalo snow bands are supposed to move 15 miles north of the airport most of Saturday. So it does seem that the Bills will be able to escape and make that game. That's good to hear. And thanks for that update. Woo's, appreciate that. A lot of sports going on this weekend. I mean, we got a lot of stuff happening here on 1580 Fanatic. We got USC and UCLA happen at 5:30 on Saturday. We got Bengals and Steelers at 2 p.m. on Sunday. We got Chiefs and Chargers at 5:30 p.m. And then, of course, on Monday in the middle of the day, you got Wichita State at GCU. So we probably won't start this show till 4-ish when that game is over. But we also have a Suns game tonight, taking on the Utah Jazz. Let's see, Oregon State is coming to town to play Arizona State University in football tomorrow afternoon, noon. Then Coyotes got the Predators on Monday. Cardinals are playing the Niners also on Monday. Just, all kinds of sports happening over the weekend. Very exciting. Are you guys excited for the Turkey Day football?
I mean, of course.
I mean,
always.
Is it any good this year? Let's just see here. Here's what it is. Bills at Lions. Going to be a bleep stomp, but they'll already be in town. So that'll be nice. The Bills are staying in town, right?
Do you think they'll stay
Yes.
in Detroit?
There's no reason to leave if they're already there.
That was
I
one
don't
reason
know.
why the league wanted them there, was just so that they didn't have to worry about the travel and the extra logistics. That's already solved.
That's nice. Then the Giants at the Cowboys. I'm not sure. That could be a good game. The Giants, actually, no, I think that's a pretty even match game. The Giants have a better record than the Cowboys. The Cowboys can light you up a little bit. I think the Giants will probably win that one, but I think it'll be a good game.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I think so. And then Vikings hosting the Patriots, who I guess they'll probably dismantle. So
Well, easy.
the Patriots,
there.
Randy.
Patriots.
Yeah, the Patriots.
Yeah.
The Patriots with Belichick performed
Yeah,
better
it's,
than you would expect, but not good enough to beat the Vikings.
It's Belichick.
That's kind of
I mean, it's Bill Belichick.
Certainly had
I mean,
that
it's Belichick.
come up as well too, where we're able to
I
take
mean,
advantage of
whether
it was a player.
I mean,
whatever. I guess how much cheating does he think is going to help against the Vikings?
Well, I mean, it's Belichick.
I don't know if he needs to cheat necessarily. I mean,
Well,
he's
it's
got
his thing.
He's got a great defense. I think their biggest issue is they've got an offense problem, which Mac Jones is part of. I don't blame Mac fully for this, because they're not running an offense that Mac Jones is comfortable in. You looked at what he did at Alabama. It was spread everybody out and let's dink and dunk up and down the field. And then this season, his rookie season, they did that. This season, you've got Matt Patricia calling plays. You got some Joe Judge plays. I don't understand how it's going, but they're asking him to be a vertical downfield quarterback. He's never been that. And so the offense is really struggling. I don't understand why they're doing this. I don't understand why they haven't changed things up. And ironically, Bailey Zappi is more willing to throw the ball downfield because that's more his game. So he ends up looking like a better fit for what the Patriots are trying to do.
Here's a question. This is a lunatic question.
All right.
How many years of losing until you fire Bill Belichick? Could you even imagine firing Bill Belichick? I'm sure they couldn't imagine firing Tom Landry. I'm sure they couldn't imagine firing other great coaches.
Well,
but with Bill Belichick, at what point?
The only way Tom Landry got fired was they sold the team.
Mm-hmm.
And Jerry, Jerry
You guys
had
be
his own
showing
people.
up and doing that. My
Yeah.
God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I couldn't. For me, if it was me at the time, Tom Landry gets to leave whenever he wants to, and I know that that's not like the smartest way to run a team. But when a
Yeah,
guy
but,
has gotten you, championships and he's been
I mean,
a legend.
He would have known when he was done. He would have shown himself the door. The Tom
Well,
Landry
yeah.
was not a dumb person.
Well, no. He was very intelligent. But when Jerry bought the team from Tex Schramm, I mean, the writing was on the wall.
Yeah.
Jerry wanted to bring in his modern football coaches. So
It did work. It did work.
Well,
Until he
it
decided
did.
he hated said coach.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. There's that.
Which is also his fault. So,
But back to the other part of that. How many years of losing do you think until Belichick gets shown the door?
I don't think Belichick will be shown the door. I think you're right. It's like a Tom Landry thing. I think I don't think they'll show him the door.
I think Belichick would have to have the kinds of seasons where it's 3 wins, 4 wins. And I just don't think he's too great a coach to have those kinds of seasons. He just happens to be in a division right now where the Bills have a generational quarterback in Josh Allen. The Dolphins are playing out of their damn mind. And oh God, who saw the Jets? Like he would be fine in any other division except the division he's in.
Still, Bill Belichick, you would say, oh, he should be smart enough to know when it's time for him to leave, right? But here's the thing. He's got that sort of screw you personality where he would keep going even if he knew he wasn't doing very well, just to stick it to you. He's happy to stick it to Kraft. He'll stick it to anybody.
Well,
and he'll have that little smirk on his face when he does it. And in the back of his head's like making just enough money to keep gas in the boat forever.
Well, Kraft is 81 and Belichick is 70 years old. So
he's got another 10 years in him.
I don't think Belichick is the kind of guy to leave coaching because I don't think he would know what to do with himself if he ever stopped.
That's a good point. Like Tom Brady, right?
Yeah.
So Fish Tank says, Jeffrey, why are you always such a buzzkill about these matchups? We've never had more parity in the NFL than we've had this year. Anyone can beat anyone. I think all 3 games could be a good time. Well, hold on a second. I got nothing against the parity. And, there's a bunch of games that I've said my theory of suckativity is if 2 teams suck when they play each other, it looks like 2 great teams because they're at the same level. And, I can appreciate that. And every now and then there's going to be upsets, Fish Tank. But let's be honest, when you're looking at a 3-6 team against a 3-6 team, the first thing that comes to mind is not good football. When you see a 7-1 team against a 2-7 team, then the first thing that comes to mind is not a blowout or is a blowout. It's not, oh, they can just do it. You don't see it coming. But when you want to bring back the Commandos, I rip on the Commandos just to irk Keon. But let's face it, that is one of the better mid-range teams that there is right now. I'm not saying much, but the Commandos, their record right now, 5-5. That's the 500 team who upset the Eagles, not a 1 in everything or a 2-win team or a 3-win team. So, I'm not trying to be a buzzkill, but let's be honest. Some of these matchups that are this weekend, you will never want your eyeballs to even look at because it's going to be horrible. It's going to be horrible football. Some of these games, Bills, Lions, it'll be a game.
For
trying
a
to think of
couple
nice
of
things to
quarters.
say.
For a couple of quarters.
Yeah, the Lions. It makes it interesting. The coach makes it interesting. They could they'll compete to a point. The Giants at Cowboys. I just said that's going to be a good game. And the Patriots Vikings. That is not going to be a good game.
If only it could wind up being kind of defensive battle. That's the only way I could see that being a close, good, competitive game. Is the Patriots defense just makes this thing.
Yeah, but what
really
about if,
slow down to a halt?
What about if Bill Belichick goes in there and he's like, if we can attack Kirk Cousins and disrupt him,
you'd have to do it at the hotel.
Wow.
It ain't going to do you any good on the field, man.
Wow.
You really think there's
I've seen Belichick
at bay forever.
I've seen Belichick pull a rabbit out of his hat more than once.
And I think Kirk Cousins is specifically the kind of quarterback that you can attack. I think the issue is how the hell do you stop Justin Jefferson?
Well,
Bill Belichick would have to pull more than a rabbit out of his hat. He'd have to pull an offense out of his hat.
But if you stop, if Kirk Cousins is unable to deliver the football to Justin Jefferson, guess what? You just knocked him down. You just stopped him right there. If you're harassing Kirk Cousins all night with some like exotic
but you have
defensive,
no offense to back it up, Randy.
but all you got to do is score X amount of points, and I think Belichick knows that.
Vikings got to do is score a few points, because there's no way the Patriots are going to score many points at all. The Vikings defense is more than capable of stopping the Patriots offense from really getting anything going.
I will say this though about the Patriots offense. They are going up against the Vikings secondary. That ain't good. They give up points.
If only they had a quarterback.
I'm saying if you have a defense that is porous enough, they make certain quarterbacks look good.
Anything can happen, but you know what?
And
this is a good point. Here's a better sentence, a better part of the argument that makes me shudder a little bit.
Yeah.
What is Kirk Cousins' primetime record?
Minnesota's playing Dallas this week, not the Patriots.
Talking about Thanksgiving.
Oh, Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we're talking about Thursday, Thanksgiving Thursday.
Sorry.
So Whistling Gerbil, good point. What is Kirk Cousins' primetime record? Bad. Very bad. Although they won one in primetime the other day, I think. Serious question here. Would Thanksgiving games count as primetime games? If so, I'm betting against Kirk Cousins, the choke artist. Well, here's the thing. That is the night game. Whether it was on Thanksgiving or not, it's still considered the primetime game. Don't you guys think? That should still count as a primetime game.
Yeah,
It
absolutely
is,
should.
It's a night game, so I don't know. I just think this sets up to be a remember what was the New England Patriots? They played against somebody and they ran the football the majority of the night. They only threw like 4 passes.
Was it rainy?
I don't remember. Was it last season?
But I know what you're talking about. I remember that game. Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me that Belichick pulls a rabbit out of his hat in something like that. You know what I mean? Where he comes out and does something completely unexpected for the Patriots. He runs the football all night instead of passing the football.
I would bet you, but I would just feel bad about it.
So this is from an article here in written in September. So if he has played a primetime game between then and now, forgive me, but Kirk Cousins' record on Monday nights is 2-10.
Mm-hmm.
His record on Thursdays is 3-4.
Mm-hmm.
His record on Sunday Night Football is 4-4. So just the Monday Night Football alone is just dragging the rest of those numbers way down.
But it's Thursday night. Is it on NBC? Is it like Sunday Night Football on Thursday?
Thursday nights on NBC. Yes.
Yeah.
The Stockton Slap says, I'm taking my Cowboys over the Vikings this week because, Dak owns Kirk. I don't care if she's one of my cousins. There was a quote in there. Sorry. I should have done this when I did that. Hathy Lefty says, yeah, it was against the Bills and they only passed 3 times, Rand.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I mean. Belichick has got these tricks up his sleeve. Why wouldn't he throw it out there on Thanksgiving night against Kirk Cousins, against a hot team?
I'm sure he will. I'm not, listen, you could have something there, and it's hard to bet against the treachery of Bill Belichick, but I don't know. I don't see it this time. Let me give you some updates, something to think about while you've already put in, hopefully, your Harmon Solar NFL fan pick'em picks. You might want to change your pick because of the information I give you. Maybe you won't. Lamar Jackson missed Friday practice with an illness, they said. But he is still expected to play. Undisclosed illness, but they say, nope, he'll be fine. Harbaugh says he tried to get to practice, but he was just too sick. So it's Friday, and you're too sick to get to practice. Are you really that confident that he's going to be ready to go Sunday? That gives me pause.
It does. And if he is ready to go, how much does he stay in the game? How good is he? If he's
his backup?
Tyler Huntley, who filled in last year and actually did a pretty decent job because they have a similar skill set.
He fits that. So yeah, I would still take Baltimore, even if Lamar can't quite do the game, finish the game. I think the Panthers are just a hot mess. So not even a hot one. They're like
just a mess.
Mess. So anyways, Lamar Jackson probably be there. Probably. Juju Smith-Schuster, though, has been ruled out for the Chiefs on Sunday nights. That affects fantasy football more than it does reality. In reality, there's so many receivers there that Patrick Mahomes can use. McCole Hardman should be okay to play. McCole Hardman is out. He's on IR. Marquez Valdez-Scantling should be okay to play. And trust me, they got plenty of dudes for the Chiefs.
And Kelsey's already there, and they just added Kadarius Toney. They'll be all right.
The Cowboys playing, as was mentioned earlier, against the Vikings this weekend. They have another reason to kind of feel good. Minkah Fitzpatrick, he is off the injury report. So Kirk Cousins just pooped a little. He's got to be a little bit worried about that. Once Minkah Fitzpatrick is in the lineup, somebody's getting sacked. Hey, listen to this. This is cool. And this is why you know that there might be some disconnect between Dan Snyder and the actual team. The actual team is cool. There's a certain level above the team where you start to lose it, where people that work for Dan Snyder are trying to impose, hey, let's do this to try to take attention away from Dan Snyder. This has got to be the team. This is not one of those things. This is a cool thing. The Commanders are going to wear helmet decals to honor the University of Virginia shooting victims. Their team, the numbers of those kids that were killed, number 1, number 15, and number 41 for Lavelle Davis Jr., Devin Chandler, and Deshaun Perry. So that's kind of nice. I can't find fault with that at all.
Not at all. And of course, they're not just the team for DC, they're the team for the DC, Maryland, Virginia area. So being able to make sure that those guys get recognized for the human beings that they were, I think that's a very good thing.
So there's no way that has anything to do with anybody higher up than the team.
No, this because the thing is, Dan Snyder, despite his incompetence, actually hired good people underneath him, and Jason Wright and Julie Donaldson and these folks who are able to, they just genuinely want the team to look good. Those people. And as long as Dan Snyder doesn't interfere with their work, which he definitely has, and put out statements over the top of them and behind their back and all of that stuff. But as long as he's not interfering with it, these ideas are actually really good ideas that are much appreciated.
This was a nice one. Stockton Slap, you got you on your Cowboys. Chief Skull says, hey, can I still win a jersey? I got a perfect record going on the Harmon Solar Pick'em. No, you don't. What are you talking about? You have a perfect record going. I'm waiting for the punchline. Let's see. Hefty Lefty says, Romondre ain't no slouch either.
Yeah, Ramondre Stevenson, man. The running back. I mean, that guy's a tractor with legs. He just
That's really how he spells his first name?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what the spelling is, but you got the pronunciation right. So
nicely done, Hefty Lefty. Big George says, Randy, if Kyler is ruled out for Monday against the 49ers and Colt McCoy is called upon to lead the charge for the Cardinals, will you revise your Monday Night Football pick? Maybe only 21-2 as opposed to 49-3 as you predicted?
Oh, it's 47-2, I believe is what it was.
Yeah, it's 47-2.
Yeah,
it's gotta be some kind of score.
The damn Cardinals, they need a big win here, and I don't care if it's Kyler or old Texas boy, what's his name, Colt McCoy. I don't care if Sarah Lee is back there. 47-2 Cardinals.
Nobody doesn't like Sarah Lee.
Right.
Joe the Show says, I'm taking Detroit over Buffalo. Allen has been on a TO streak, and, Detroit wins a lot on Thanksgiving.
Well, okay.
You know what?
All
Thursday will be interesting. I'll give you that. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, it's time for Keon Rose's college football dance party. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update for Arizona's new home for sports, The Fanatic. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
NFL Sunday, the Patriots home in Foxborough taking on the New York Jets. The Patriots a 3.5-point home favorite, -176. New York +148, over under 38.5. The Buffalo Bills, a 7.5-point road favorite against the Cleveland Browns. That game in Detroit after a snowstorm hit the Buffalo area. Buffalo minus 360. The Browns plus 290 over under 49.5. The Dallas Cowboys in Minnesota to take on the Vikings. Dallas favored by 1.5 on the road, minus 126 on the money line. The Vikings plus 108 with the over under at 48.5. Red hot winning picks at experts.winnersandwiners.com. Save 75% when you use the promo code ACTION75. Experts.winnersandwiners.com. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
First, we decide where we want to go. Then we need to know the best way to get there. Hi, my name is Adam Barada. I'm the owner of Advantage Gold. We're the highest rated precious metals firm in the country. We teach people how to own physical gold and silver. Now, we've won the Best of TrustLink Award 4 years in a row because we educate our clients on how to buy gold and silver the right way. We don't pay celebrity spokespeople millions of dollars. We'd rather pass that value on to you. Call 800-900-8000 and speak with one of our experts. We'll send you a free gold kit along with my latest #1 national best-selling book, The Great Devaluation. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000. Get the best information, the best process, the best service, the best value. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000. Call 800-900-8000.
Advantage Gold is not an investment advisor or a tax advisor. Consult with your financial advisor before investing.
There's no doubt that Harmon Solar can save you up to 85% on your monthly electric bill. That's a fact. Bruce Jacobs here. But did you know it's possible to get solar for $0 down and no payments for 12 months? You can lease, finance, or even purchase outright. They have plans that fit everybody. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar at 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com.
Hey guys, it's Stephen McCollum from The Main Event, here to tell you about Access Property Advisors. When I need to buy or sell properties or get them rented out, Access Property Advisors gets me the best sales price or lease terms to make my rental properties profitable. Jason Sellers has an impressive team of professionals at Access Property Advisors, experts in just about anything you can need with real estate. So whether you want to find the home of your dreams, sell your home, or manage your rental property, do what I do and give Access Property Advisors a call at 602-614-5590. That's 602-614-5590, or visit accesspropertyadvisors.com.
Are you currently in the market for a jumbo mortgage? If so, you need to check out the Life Changer loan. Our average jumbo client saves well over $500,000 in interest compared to their traditional mortgage alternative. On a Life Changer loan, you can do your banking inside your mortgage, which means you pay 100% principal first, and you can quickly pay down, pay off, and borrow back as you please. It's not magic, it's just math. So check us out at lifechangerloan.com. That's lifechangerloan.com.
Arizona Mortgage Broker number MD1002031, NMLS number 1863775. Life Changer Loan Corp is an equal housing lender.
Sunday afternoon at 2 p.m. The Steelers are quietly getting healthy after losing some key players early this season. The Bengals are looking for consistency and rhythm to regain their success from last year's Super Bowl run. This is shaping up to be a typical AFC North backyard brawl when Pittsburgh shows up in Cincinnati. Sunday afternoon at 2 on your home for the NFL playoffs and Super Bowl 57, 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic.
Today, Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. And that's right, ladies and gentlemen. If you got some dancing shoes, it's time to put them on, because it is now time for Keon Rose's college football.
Yeah.
Because I know basketball's on too. Are we going to start basketball dancing?
Not right now. Still football.
Football today. All right.
Football.
College football dance party.
I mean, after the national championship, then it goes to basketball.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, dance.
All right, Keon. Big weekend in college football. A lot of rivalry games going on. Let's start off with this one here. Michigan at home, number 3 Michigan, facing off against the Illini, the Fighting Illini from Illinois. Who you got in this matchup at Michigan Stadium on Saturday?
Yeah, the Wolverines are undefeated for a reason, man. They are rolling through people, and I love the way that their quarterback plays. You know, McCarthy's been great. And then, of course, the running game's been awesome, too. Somebody asked earlier in the week, is Blake Corum going to win the Heisman? I just think it's so slanted in favor of the quarterbacks this year. I just don't see how he wins it. But in any year where it wouldn't be this slanted towards QBs, you'd have to consider Blake Corum a real shot at winning the Heisman Trophy because he has been absolutely incredible. I think 17 touchdowns this season. I'm going to go Michigan. Not that the Illini haven't been fantastic this year. But the Wolverines are just on a roll right now.
All right, another game to keep an eye on. Number 4, TCU taking their top 4 ranking to Baylor into McLean Stadium in Waco, Texas. TCU at Baylor. Who do you have in this matchup?
This does have this feels like a trap game. It does because TCU, of course, able to beat Texas, remain undefeated. Become the 4th team in that college football playoff. The Big 12 has struggled to get teams into the college football playoff, and so TCU knows how important this is. But Baylor's just a team that always seems to trip them up, and the games between TCU and Baylor have historically been really, really good. However, I don't think that this is going to be the trip-up game for TCU. Sonny Dykes and his offensive system working wonders in the Big 12 already, and Max Duggan, their quarterback, has inserted himself, I think, pretty firmly in the Heisman conversation as well. He's been consistent week after week. They win close games. They blow people out. They have a variety of different kinds of wins. And I think it just proves how well built and well constructed this TCU roster is. I'm going to go with the Horned Frogs.
All right, Horned Frogs to win out there. Another game to keep your eyeballs on this weekend. Florida paying a visit to Vanderbilt at First Bank Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee. Who do you got in this unranked matchup?
Yeah, it's been a bad year for Florida. I think a lot of fans expected Billy Napier to come in, immediately overhaul the program, and that was just never realistic. You know, you're in the SEC East. I don't know if you noticed, it's very tough this year. Kentucky's good, Tennessee's good, Georgia's good. You were always going to have a rough season. And I think that this is true. So when you have a chance to find an opponent that you can beat up, you beat them up. And I think that Florida is going to absolutely stomp all over Vandy because, I don't know, that's their purpose in the SEC, it feels like. It's just the ultimate get-right game of a team.
Okay. Another rivalry game playing out in West Lafayette, Indiana, as the Northwestern visits Purdue. The Boilermakers. That's on Saturday. Who you got in this game?
Yeah, I think the Big Ten has been very strange because you have all the Eastern teams being absurdly good, and then you have all of these Western teams that have been absolutely struggling. So you're looking at Northwestern and Purdue, and they look like all the teams from the West have looked. Just a struggle. Purdue's the better football team. 6-4. Northwestern, this is like a really bad year for them. They're 1-9. They're trying very hard. They fight hard. They're well coached. They just don't have the talent. And it's one of those games that, as I've heard many, many times in the South, sometimes it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And Northwestern doesn't have any. So, I'm going to take Purdue.
All right, so an interesting matchup here between number 15 ranked Kansas State. They traveled to Milan Puskar Stadium in Morgantown, West Virginia, to take on the Mountaineers. Who do you have in this match?
Yeah, and I think it's interesting that this is a game where a team is ranked 15 and the other team is ranked not at all. West Virginia not ranked, Kansas State being ranked, and yet the line is 8. It's just 1 point better than a touchdown. And that's because you go into West Virginia and sometimes bad things happen. And I do like the way Kansas State's playing this year. I do like the way that Adrian Martinez looks. He looks in a way that he had never looked when he was a quarterback at Nebraska. But boy, give me West Virginia to pull off the upset here. They're at home. And this is a game that can be an absolutely huge game as they continue to rebuild that program. From what it was since Dana Holgorsen left. So I'm looking forward to this game actually this weekend, and I'm going to take West Virginia to win the game and upset the Wildcats.
All right, another rivalry game, an interstate battle between Oklahoma State, currently ranked 22. You may recall just 2 weeks ago they were in the top 10. And they're traveling to Norman, Oklahoma to take on the Sooners, Boomer Sooners. Oklahoma State, Oklahoma. What you got there? Break it down for us.
Yeah, I want to give Boomer Sooners some good news. I really, really do. But Oklahoma has been just stumbling this season. And they had some good wins. They started to get back on track. They were quite embarrassing to start the year, but 5-5, considering where they started, pretty respectable. But Oklahoma State has struggled to beat Oklahoma in the past, which is why I think that they're absolutely going to take it out on the Sooners this year. They've got advantages all over the place. They've got the coaching advantage. When you look at Mike Gundy, how long he's been there as compared to first-year head coach Brent Venables. They have, I believe, a quarterback advantage with Spencer Sanders at quarterback over Dylan Gabriel with the Sooners. I just think that the talent that the Oklahoma State has and the coaching advantage, it's enough. They're going to beat Oklahoma, and I think that they're going to enjoy beating them on their own home pretty bad.
So you're saying Oklahoma State's going to beat Oklahoma like a drum,
like a drum. I mean, just.
All right, another big matchup of the weekend. It's happening in Southern California when the USC Trojans, currently ranked number 7 in the country, travel across town in luxury buses to the Rose Bowl to take on number 16 ranked UCLA. Now, UCLA was in Tucson last week and quite frankly got their asses kicked by a team that lives down in Tucson.
Yeah.
What does this matchup look like to you?
I mean, UCLA is a team that moves the ball really well. And offensively, I think that they are on top of things, but that defense just sometimes I don't know what is happening. Mm-hmm. And I really don't think that defense is particularly equipped to stop Caleb Williams, to stop this offense that Lincoln Riley is going to bring into town. And I understand that USC has their own defensive issues. That's true. But USC scores way more easily than UCLA does. An embarrassing amount of points. They're capable of doing it in seconds, it feels like. Caleb Williams, dual threat guy. He can do it on the ground with his legs. He's got a big time arm. He makes the right decisions with the football. He's a perfect fit for Lincoln Riley's offense. And they've just got wide receivers for days. I'm going to take USC to beat UCLA just because I think that both teams aren't great defensively, but I'm going to go ahead and take the team that scores just about as easily as anybody in the Pac-12.
Going chalk on this one, huh?
Yeah, I mean, West Virginia is kind of the only upset I think I've picked so far, but we've just got some of these matchups where the dominant team, they've got so much to play for. I don't want to go against them this particular week.
I have another one here. It takes place in Oregon, Autzen Stadium in Eugene. The number 10 ranked Utah Utes head to Oregon to take on the Ducks. 10 versus 12. What's the outcome of this game, Keon?
Well, it's all going to come down to Bo Nix and what he does, the Oregon quarterback. Bo Nix is awesome when he's really, really good. He's got a huge arm, and he can move around and move the pocket around. He can escape and make plays with his legs. The problem I have with Bo Nix is that every now and then you get one of those "what the bleep are you doing" games, and he's been having a few more of those recently in recent weeks than the good games. So are we going to get the good Bo Nix or the bad Bo Nix? And I'm concerned right now. We're going to get the bad Bo Nix. And if we get the bad Bo Nix, I'm going to take Utah. I just think that they're a more consistent football team. And honestly, I think Cameron Rising is a more consistent quarterback. And I understand that Bo Nix, if you just look at the numbers, Bo Nix is going to have the bigger yardage, more touchdowns. But when it comes to take care of the football in crucial moments, sometimes Bo Nix can just be a complete zero in that department. And it really costs Oregon in moments when they really feel like they can be taking a giant step forward.
All right. My last game this week that I want to talk to you about, obviously Sun Devils needing a victory. They're in Tempe this weekend, and they welcome in the Beavers, the mighty Fighting Beavers of Oregon State, currently ranked nationally 23. Keon, give us some good news.
Yeah, here's your good news.
All right.
I'm going to take ASU for the upset.
What?
Yeah, I'm doing it. And here's why I'm doing it. I think that ASU plays pretty good defense. You know, the offense has been absolutely inconsistent. And I think if this just came down to offense, then I don't know how much I could trust the Sun Devils. But I was thinking about it a lot this week, and I'm looking at the quarterback situation for Oregon State. I don't like any of those guys. I mean, and they've been shuffling around, and you've got guys who are trying to fill a role, but they're not comfortable with their quarterback situation either. It doesn't seem like.
Interesting.
I think ASU on defense and running the football, if they're able to do that and establish things early, I think they'll be able to pull up the upset. Look, it's not just me being crazy. The line on this game is 7.5.
Yeah,
that is not a monster line. That's is not one of those things
one
where
touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, I think that they can absolutely live up to that, but of course, offense has to take care of the ball. Offense has to not turn the football over, which we saw from both Trenton Bourguet and Emory Jones. It seems at this point, it doesn't matter who the quarterback is. I'm saying if you run the football and play really good defense, there is a way to beat Oregon State, and I think ASU figures it out this week.
I have one last question.
Yeah.
Sean Aguano, does he survive, or is ASU going to replace him?
I think they're going to replace him. I think he had a few games on this schedule where he could have really proved he was that guy, and they just didn't win those games. You know, the Stanford game was the one that sticks out to me the most.
Yeah,
you have to win that game. You're in their house. They have an embarrassing amount of fans show up, which is like almost none. And you lose?
Yeah,
no,
Stanford's not very good.
They're not very good this year, and they don't have a ton of talent. There was no way that ASU should have lost that game, and they did. So I don't think Aguano gets the nod there, unfortunately.
That's too bad.
Because I like him. I like the dude.
Yeah, I do too.
All right, so there you go. That's Keon Rose's college football dance party. Tiger Paws has a text too good to pass up. This is a true story from Tiger Paws. She says, one of my clients is a pilot and was commenting on the new Cardinals plane with all the decals. You can always see it at the airport. Said one day his co-pilot looked at it, turned to him and said, you think they got a booster seat in there for Kyler?
Oh, boy. Oh, man.
It was too good to not read right away. Thank you, Tiger Paws. 888-368-1580. Fish Tank says the Cards are 8.5-point underdogs Friday night. Seems like way too much. I'll be on the Cards and the points. The Cards. You mean the Cardinals?
Arizona? You mean Monday night?
Some other Cards.
The Arizona Cardinals?
Hefty Lefty says Northwestern doesn't have a Jimmy or a Joe. They got a Francisco and a spin. Jagdog says it's not about the X's and the O's, it's about the Jimmies and the Hoes.
No, Joe's.
You know what I said.
Yeah, Joe's.
No, I'll be honest, I wasn't sure either. Boomer Sooner says, Keon, have you seen how quickly UCLA scores? Have you seen their stats? Keon UCLA by 7.
Okay, I like their offense, and I did say that. I just think this is a battle of the more high-powered offense, and I like USC's a little better.
All right, listen, everybody, we have to take a break because that's what we're supposed to do. And because we got to get to the next segment because that's what we're also supposed to do. But we've got a great wheel of sports for you. We don't usually do that. But we've got on this day in Big George sports history and a great wheel of sports. Come on back because that's what you're supposed to do. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, Free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ziprecruiter.com/free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free. ziprecruiter.com/free.
Your home has gone way up in value, but have you taken advantage of it? This is Rob Canier with a phenomenal opportunity to tap into some of your home equity, earning tax-free income and eliminating your mortgage payment while staying in your home as long as you want. With home prices leveling off, don't wait to learn more about the new reverse mortgage. This is a safe and proven money-saving and tax-free income opportunity for homeowners age 62 and older. Call me, Reverse Rob, and learn more today at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
Do you know about 211 Arizona? It's a free service to connect you with resources anywhere in Arizona. Housing assistance and eviction prevention, transportation and ride services, healthcare benefits, food resources, and even utility bill support. Talk to a live operator in English or Spanish, 24 hours a day, every day of the year. Just dial 211 or visit 211arizona.org. Get connected, get answers, and get the help you need. This message is sponsored by 211 Arizona.
What if I told you there's a wealth management firm that offers a 100% satisfaction guarantee? Think it doesn't exist? Think again.
Hi, I'm Mo Ansari, president of Compact Asset Management. When you start a new relationship with Compact, we'll create your customized investment portfolio and financial plan dedicated to help you reach your goals. Try us out for a year. If you're not happy for any reason, you'll get all of the management and maintenance fee that you paid refunded. This is our 100% satisfaction guarantee.
Dial pound 250 on your cell phone and use the keyword talk to Mo to find out more. Again, from your cell phone, dial pound 250, keyword talk to Mo. Satisfaction guarantee doesn't apply to fees and commissions charged by third parties for such things as insurance products or mutual fund redemptions. It also doesn't apply to any market losses which might occur in an account. For additional information regarding this guarantee, please see the disclosure brochure available at the time you enroll or upon request.
Compact Asset Management is a registered investment advisor. Funds custodian, Fidelity Institutional Wealth Services, member FINRA SIPC.
1580 The Fanatic.
It's Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. We have a man card violation.
What?
Just because it was sent to me by the commission to rule on, and I don't even need a moment to rule on this. This is a man card violation, and this is, I can't believe anybody's surprised. Pete Davidson, hero to many. A guy who overachieves with the ladies he gets with, and I think this is the part where he turns villain because it has now been pointed out that he might have violated man card codes about who you end up dating. It seems he was friends with Emily Ratajkowski's husband, Sebastian Bear McLard, before they got divorced, and he started hooking up with her. He was friends with the guy. His friend gets divorced, and then he starts going after the ex. You don't do that. That's a man card violation.
Yeah,
So
I would agree.
he even saw a picture of Pete and Sebastian at a Knicks game in 2020. Hey, my buddy, my pal. Yeah, and then as soon as the divorce happens, you're banging his pal. That's a man card violation right now. That is the end of goodwill for Pete Davidson. Who's just listen. I'm sick and tired of funny guys ending up with hot women.
Be careful.
You seen my wife?
I have.
Right.
Yeah.
There might be something to it. At least I would never do that to my friend. I would never do that to my friend. But still, Pete Davidson, man card violation there.
Yep. Hanging on him.
We need a man of the day, though, to clean the palate, though, don't we?
Yes, we do.
We need a man of the day.
Yes, we do.
I have some candidates, but I'm not sure if anybody lives up to it. Another Guinness Book of World Records was achieved.
No. Right.
It happened earlier this year, but a guy from Brazil known as Tio Chico set the Guinness Book of World Records record for farthest eyeball pop.
What?
Meaning his eyeballs bulged out. And,
Excuse me?
He can make his eyeballs pop out to a protrusion of 0.71 inches beyond his eye sockets. This is what it looks like.
What the hell? No!
That's real. Those aren't ping pong balls.
I wish they were, though.
I had to close my eyes. That hurt. had to
I
close my
printed
eyes.
this in black and
No.
white to make it easier to look at.
No.
It
is
still
not
is not
working.
easier to
Yeah.
look at.
Take it off the screen.
If you want to see what I'm talking about, you can look up Tio Chico, eyeball pop guy.
Tio
I recommend
Chico, isn't
you
that
don't,
hard
but,
seltzer? Tio
Yes.
Chico?
Yes,
Yeah.
same thing.
Something like that. Yeah.
So the measurements were taken by an optometrist who even also said, "Damn!" So I don't think I can make it this guy. This is nightmare material. I don't think it's man of the day material.
No, I agree.
I will not
Then
be
there's
going to
another
bed
guy.
tonight. Thank you.
When you hear about a 50-year-old guy running a good marathon time, Randy, you and I are probably like, "Hey,
Yeah.
3 hours, 28 minutes, 45 seconds."
Wow.
And it's not a great time, but for us, probably it's a good time, right?
It's a damn good time considering what you and I would put up.
And now consider that he did the whole thing chain smoking the entire way.
What?
There he is. The entire way. He just looks like a dad who's heard enough of your crap from the back seat. That's what he looked like the entire time he's running, with a cig hanging out the side of his mouth, just like smoking.
What
like
the
he's like,
hell?
I got reports I got to file later. This is stupid. I hate my job. And he just ran the whole thing. So there you go. His
Chain
name is
smoking?
yeah, Uncle Chin.
So my favorite part about that picture is the guy behind him, who's just basically like, I
Yeah.
trained for this forever, and I
Boy.
still can't beat
And
the
I-
guy who is actively chain smoking
yeah,
while we run this marathon.
I trained
not
for
a
this
good look.
forever, and I'm stuck behind the guy who's chain smoking.
Because
And
if
I
I
gotta
lose to
smell
that
his
guy,
smoke, and I'm losing to the
Mhm.
chain smoker.
I quit running that very day. If that's what happens to me.
He looks like that's the look I used to get from my dad before I got the back of his hand.
Yeah, Uncle Chin's got no more F's left to give, does he?
No.
He
No.
just
No.
does not care. And for him, he's like, wait, it was marathon? I was just trying to get home. I
This
don't even-
world for him is a dark, cold place.
But here's the thing. He came 574th out of 1,500, which means about 1,000 people were behind him going, are you kidding me?
Wow.
So there you go. I don't know if I
1,000
can make
people who have to retire from the sport of running.
Yeah, I can't make him man of the day. That's irresponsible. He's smoking. It's bad for the kids.
Yeah.
So I
He gave
can't make him
secondhand
man of the
smoke
day.
cancer to everybody behind him.
Yeah. So I'll make JJ Watt man of the day.
JJ
Because this
Watt?
was pretty cool. I don't know if you heard because well, here's what happened. So when JJ Watt, I guess they blew a play dead, and it should have been a touchdown for him. Okay, so it didn't happen. So here's what happened: is I guess a dude had a parlay that included the Arizona Cardinals winning the money line, a James Conner touchdown, and a defensive touchdown. If they had not called back the JJ Watt touchdown, this dude would have won $1,000.
No
So
kidding.
he goes on the Twitter and he's like, they blew that play dead, but you would have walked in the end zone, JJ Watt. I would have made $1,000. Want to help a brother out? And JJ Watt said, yes.
No kidding.
Let this be a lesson to you, boys and girls. Always ask.
What?
Worth asking. He tweeted, yeah, you got screwed. We both did. Laughing emoji, crying eyes thing, whatever that is.
$1,000. Nice.
Yeah, he said, I got you. DM me your address.
What?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's not bad. I'm sure in the exchange, he's like, show me the slip.
Yeah,
Well, of course. Of course. I think
even JJ Watt's not just handing out 1,000 to somebody who just says something. So there you go. JJ Watt for that. He's your man of the day. How's that?
Absolutely. I'll
I think
take
we can all
that.
feel better about that now.
That's a good one.
Mr. Pink Eye says, can y'all get Tio Chico on the show for an interview?
See, I think that's that hard seltzer, that
no,
Tio
no.
Chico thing.
We're not having the eye popper guy on the show. It's
Yeah.
not happening. I had to black and white the photo just to put it on the YouTube video. So if you want to,
Yeah, I can't look at it. It makes my eyes hurt.
there's other shows probably love to have him on. But let's get this going before we forget. It's time now for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1949, Brooklyn Dodgers second baseman Jackie Robinson made history, becoming the first African-American baseball player to win the MVP award.
Wow.
It was the legend's third season in the league, during which he hit a league-high 342, led in the majors with 37 stolen bases, and tallied 124 RBI.
Nice.
Back to me, Jeffrey.
That's a ball player right there, guys.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And speaking of the baseball, you know the guy who caught Aaron Judge's 60-second home run ball there.
Yeah,
remember that guy?
Yeah.
Somebody offered him $3 million for it, and he said no.
Wow, $3 million.
Why would
this
you
was
say
that?
no?
Wait, this is that guy that the lawyer that strategically bought the seats out and left. Yeah, okay.
It was an investment, and I tell you what, it might pay off. At the time, they estimated the ball to be worth $2 million, but he got a $3 million offer, which he turned down. And he says, you know what? No, I'm going to auction this off instead. That could bite him on the ass a little bit. But they're saying now it could end up being the highest priced baseball ever sold. So, wow. See what happens if the auction, they're like, no, I offered you $3 million, but the bidding only goes up to like 1.75 or 2 million. You just lost $1 million there.
Yeah,
Chucko.
that's true. That's true.
So, by the way, Aaron Judge was named the MVP yesterday. You heard that. At least Shohei Ohtani didn't get it, Randy.
Yeah, well, I don't care. I mean, Aaron Judge should have got it. Yeah. But the baseball writers got it right this time.
That didn't match up the message.
Baseball writers.
They got it right. Big George, you're welcome. JJ Watt Foundation says Tiger Paws. Yeah, you're missing the balance of the story. Because I didn't see this. This wasn't on my sheet. She says JJ actually did send him $1,000, and the guy was so impressed he didn't expect that he actually turned around and matched JJ's $1,000 and sent JJ back $2,000 to the JJ Watt Foundation. So he took his $1,000, said, "Wow, thanks. Now here's $2,000 for your charitable donation." Well, that guy's man of the day.
Yeah, that's got to be the man of the day. Yeah,
they're both men of the day, co-men of the day.
There we go.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. That makes the I've already dropped the paper, but that makes the guy who lost the bet. That makes him more man of the day, because think about it, that $2,000 probably meant a lot more to him than it would have JJ Watt. So that dude, absolutely man of the day. JJ Watt, yes, you also get honorable mention on that, but you're man of that moment. But this dude's man of the day. Beer Bob says, thank you. Yes, so we got that. Lost Toby says, officially unemployed. Someone pour me a Don Julio.
Oh,
and no beer at the World Cup is criminal.
I'm sorry, Lost Toby.
Sorry to hear that, Lost Toby. I don't know what you did for a living. I hope that this was your choice and not somebody else's. Otherwise, I just, we hope that gets taken care of soon for you, friend. Stockton Slab says the smoking guy in the marathon says not only was he smoking cigarettes, he smoked most of his competitors too. You're not kidding. You are not kidding. All right, so I said we spin the wheel of sports, Randy. Let's spin the wheel of sports. Got lots of good stuff, I think. Okay, don't even. I'm gonna start by saying don't even.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna say this. I might be wrong. It looks like a good movie.
Okay.
80 for Brady. The old ladies, Lily Tomlin. What's her name?
For Brady?
Yeah, 80 for Brady. It's about four ladies, based on the true story. Four girlfriends in their 80s who traveled to the 2017 Super Bowl to see Tom Brady on the field. And they've got all sorts of celebrities in this. But Jane Fonda, Sally Field, Rita Moreno. Who was the other old lady?
Lily Tomlin.
There you go. Lily. I said that one first. Yeah. Anyway, so Guy Fieri's in it. Gronkowski is in it. Brady's in it. And it's a comedy movie and it's a touching kind of thing, whatever. But God help me, even though the acting was rough as just rough can be.
So you watched this movie?
I watched the trailers, not out yet.
Okay.
I will not pay to see this movie. But I'll watch it on one of the services or something. But it actually seems kind of funny. There's actually some comedy in this.
Well,
like actual comedy.
Lily Tomlin's funny as hell.
Yeah, I was just saying. Just just go watch the trailer for 80 for Brady. You'll see what I mean about the acting being a little. But I think the concept might be pretty good. And if
Jeffrey,
you love football.
I mean, come on, they're 80 years old. Give them a break, will you?
They should be really good at acting by then. That's all I got to say.
Especially Sally Fields. I mean, you just think
she actually, you can tell if you watch the trailer, she's still damn good. She's
Okay,
the only
good.
one left that can act. But go watch the trailer, 80 for Brady. And I don't know when it comes out. It'll be on the trailer.
And Sally
All
Fields got that Burt Reynolds juice in her. So she's always going to be good. Yeah.
I figured she probably would have showered that. Anyway, spin the wheel, Randy. I'm thinking eventually that it passes through the system, I think. So Shaquille O'Neal, we're hoping he's joking. We really do hope he's joking. I don't know if he's joking. I'm pretty sure he's joking. He says he was driving home the other day, and he's like, he's got a new theory on the moon. He says, I'm driving home. The moon's over on my left, and I'm driving on a straight road. And the next time I look over, the moon's on the right. He says, my theory is we got two moons.
Two moons?
Shaq,
really?
Yeah. I think we didn't notice, but I think that he's just screwing around with the whole, the earth is flat thing. There's no way. I mean, I get his kind of dunderheaded thinking with the gas tank thing where he just puts 20 in it instead of 40 and he's filling a tank. I don't know, his whole stupid math on that. This is him just screwing around, right? He can't seriously believe that.
I saw the clip, but I didn't actually watch it. I just saw it pop up in my YouTube feed, and it's got a picture of Ernie Johnson just with his hand just on his face.
Right.
So I don't know
Facepalm.
how the joke was. I just don't know.
Shaq believes we have two moons.
Two moons.
I will watch after this show is over.
Right now,
I
we would
have
have
to.
noticed.
You would
Because
think, right?
we'd had pictures of the two moons, Shaq. He's completely just full of crap. There's no way he honestly actually could believe this. Flat Earth makes more sense than two moons.
You can always tell with Shaq because if he's really joking, there'll be kind of a smirk on his face when he starts, and then he'll get serious while he tries to convince you. So I will see, because he can't be serious. He can't be serious.
Hefty Lefty says Shaq's moon is the size of Jupiter.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Tiger Paws says, yeah, both of Shaq's cheeks. Yeah, two moons right there. All right, guys, everybody have a great weekend. We'll be back in your radios again on Monday. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Let's be real. Mopping is a hassle. You have to fill the